Hancock County High School is the site of the final game of the 2023 regular season for the Grayson County Cougars. History can be made tonight as Grayson County looks to win 9 games in a regular season for only the second time in the last 40 years. And a good evening and welcome here to Schaefer Glover Field on the campus of Hancock County High School. Sam Gormley and the former Cougar quarterback Kaylor Decker. And Kaylor, this is a great tune-up for this Grayson County team. Going up, it reminds me a lot of the past couple of years where Grayson's played a really solid Hart County team before the playoffs. It's good to play somebody good before it really counts.
You, especially if you have the home field advantage, you want to play somebody better than what you would be playing in your playoff game. That way you're ready for a better opponent than you would be playing, and you don't want to go in there and accidentally get down a touchdown or two early in the game, and then you're like, uh-oh, what are we going to do now?
This Grayson County team dominated Breckenridge County last week, 53-0. That 53-point win, the biggest margin in a game since 2010 against Clinton County. Grayson County's 8-1 start, their best since 2009. With a win, Grayson County would win 9 games in the regular season for the 5th time in program history. 2009, 1982, 1981, 1979. It doesn't happen very often here. Cougars are looking for their 8th straight win tonight, which would be their longest streak in program history. Right now, they've matched 2012 and 1979. On the other side, Hancock County enters with a 6-3 record. They've won 3 of 4. Next week, they will travel to Franklin Simpson in the first round of the KHSA 3A playoffs. They're the 3 seed in their district. Wow. Hancock is looking to win their 7th game in the regular season for the first time since 2012. So you've got a lot of things happening here for both of these programs that don't happen very often. Coming up in the Locker Room Show, I'll introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, and give you the keys to the game. That comes up and more right here on K105.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are about to take on the Hancock County Hornets, who enter with a record of 6-3. 3-2 is how they finished in Class 3A District 1. Dylan Morris is the starting quarterback. 103 of 160 for just shy of 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's rushed the ball 27 times for 127 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Kaylor, he might be one of the better quarterbacks that they faced all season, especially throwing the ball.
Yeah, especially as a pocket passer, you could tell by the rushing numbers. He's not a rushing quarterback. He's not your typical dual threat, but any quarterback can hurt you with your legs if you let him. But this is by far the best when it comes to straight passing the ball that we've played.
One of the things that stands out to me about him is I want to say that he's almost a more experienced Bullitt Central quarterback.
Yeah,
where
that makes sense.
And if you look in that game, Bullet's quarterback did scramble a couple of times, beat him with the legs, but he's more the guy that wants to stay into the backfield. Aiden Weatherholt is the starting running back. He has 86 carries for 509 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's also caught 6 passes for 66 yards. Jack Roberts, 45 carries, 231, and a pair of touchdowns. Chris Gillespie will also get back there. Second most carries on the team, 52 times for 210 and 4 touchdowns. Got some great receivers. On the outside, Cooper Jones, 20 catches for 313 and a touchdown. He's the guy that they're just going to throw up and make him go make a play. He's really talented in that realm. Landon Garrison, 29 catches for 421 and 5 touchdowns. Jack Roberts has 19 catches for 288 and a pair of touchdowns. The offense, 27 points a game this season. They've scored at least 20 in their last 5 and 7 of 9 overall this season. They go for 2 every time. I mean,
like
not every time. They have attempted 3 PATs this year. But
I like it.
Now, one thing is they don't have a lot of success in doing it. They're converting less than 50% of their tries. That could be a huge difference in this game. Defensively, up and down for Hancock, averaging just under 24 points a game. They've allowed 20-plus in their last 6 games. 3 of those were 39-plus allowed. They do have 2 shutouts on the year, including an overtime 6-0 win against John Hardin to open up the season, and a shutout against Ohio County. Rush defense, 178 on the ground, 52 per game through the air. That ranks second in Class 3A. Little misleading because they haven't played many teams that air it out as much. I mean, one game they played Tell City that
I don't think throws the ball.
No, they don't.
We played them in 7-on-7, and you could tell they don't throw the ball.
They want to run the ball down the throat, and they do it really, really well.
Yeah.
Aiden Weatherholt is their leading tackler. Ross Powers second. They have 14 total takeaways. We'll take a break. Come back and have more on the Locker Room Show after this. This is Cougar Football on the Moose.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran, and disability employer.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-833-8-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Cougar Football on K105.
Welcome back to Schaefer Glover Field on the campus of Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are looking for win number 8 in a row, which would be their longest win streak in program history, and to win 9 games for only in a regular season for only the 5th time in program history. Diving into Grayson County, Colby Chafin's the starting quarterback for the Cougars this season, 59 of 108, 939 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Chafin's enters 61 yards away from 1,000 for the season, a mark that, from what we've been able to discover, has not been met since Marty Haycraft in 1986.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, so hopefully Colby can pass that today. Caden Hanshaw became the first freshman to rush for 1,000 yards in a season last week. He has 162 rushes for 1,155 yards and 18 touchdowns. Last week, I mean, maybe tonight he can actually help out his team, unlike last week where he
only had
15 times
carries
for 228 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I think he could give more personally.
I think he's probably disappointed himself after.
Yeah.
I mean, all he didn't do was drive the bus home after the game because he's not old enough to drive. I guess is pretty much the best way to describe it with that. Incredible season for Caden Hanshaw. Jaron Van Meter, 30 carries for 222 yards and 6 touchdowns. Team crossed 2,000 yards as a team in that win last week against Breckenridge County. Van Meter, the leading receiver, 22 for 393. Grayson Chapins has 22 catches as well for 337 and 3 touchdowns. Mason Carroll has come on strong in these last couple of weeks. 5 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. He's made some big catches.
Yeah, and it's not even that they're farther down the field. He's very intelligent where he runs his route short of the sticks, gets his head around, says, hey, there's a first down marker. I'm going to go get it, get out of bounds. Don't take the hit.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Scoring offense averaging over 30 points a game in the red zone, 30 of 40 on the year. For the defense has been incredible this season. 8 points per game. There's only 4 teams that have given up less points in Grayson County this season. Corbin, Mayo, Campbellsville, and Sayre.
All pretty good.
Pretty good list to be a part of if you're Grayson County. The rush defense, just over 100 yards per game. Pass defense, 55 through the air. Kenton Cornwell leads the team with 60 total tackles.
Wow.
Forced 25 total turnovers this year, including 12 interceptions. All of that coming out of the pocket. One Sheriff Norman Chaffins. Brian Jones in his 4th year, 21-18. We'll take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup right after this, as this is Grayson County Cougar football on the Moose.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
We get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Cougar football on K.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley joined now by the head coach of the Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. Coach, your team had the biggest margin of victory since 2010 last week. That was a game against Clinton County. What made it so successful?
Well, number one, I think execution was really, really, really high last week. It seemed like everything that we ran was just executed really high level. And, I think we baited them into some things, the screen and wheel route, and then we hit them with another screen fake later on in the game, and both of those went for touchdowns. And then I think line play, we had great protection, we had great running lanes, and I think just all the way around, the execution was a really high level.
I can't remember if we were talking on air or off air, but it was about Colby, and I was mentioning that a radio show had asked me how to describe him. And I said, well, I think he'd be better week 10 than he would be week 1. And I felt that was kind of a cop-out answer, but he's proving that to be the point. How has he gotten better over these past 10 games of the season?
Well, I think, two things. Number one, decision-making. His decision-making has improved incredibly. I think early in the year he would make some throws, because he thought that's just where the ball is supposed to go. Now he's reading things a little bit better, and sometimes he's holding the ball rather than make the throw and either scramble to extend the play or go into a secondary or sometimes even a third read to make the pass. And then I think on top of that, I think probably the biggest area he's improved is confidence. He's playing with a lot more excitement, a lot more confidence, and 99% of teams' energy is going to feed off, especially offensively, their quarterback. And we've expressed that to him every week, sometimes multiple times in a game, that, hey, we're following you here. The energy is going to follow you. And so he's doing a much better job of when mistakes happen, not hanging his head, not moping on it, moving on to the next play and the next opportunity. And the success that he's had, I think, has just bolstered his confidence in what we're doing, and his receivers and the offensive line, and it's created an atmosphere of where we just want to go after it now.
Since district play began, Grayson Chaffins has been on fire. For someone that this is his third year playing football really full-time, how has he gotten so much better?
Well, I think he's got a tremendous work ethic. He's a guy that's puts a lot of time in the summer, in the winter, in the spring. If the weather's good, he's outside running routes or doing speed and agility training. When the weight room's open, he's in the weight room lifting. And so he's just investing a lot into, being the best he can at his craft. And you see it pay off on Friday nights. And so, that's what you want, because you can use his story and his example to others of, hey, look, see what he's doing, and replicate that, because you can have the same successes as he is if you'll invest the time that he's investing. And so as a coach, you always want to see a guy reap reward for what he's doing. And these past few weeks, Grayson's had some big weeks for us.
You said last week that you weren't sure how you were going to handle this game against Hancock County. Have you decided what you're going to do, or will the game tonight dictate how you're going to coach that?
I think the game will dictate it some. Initially I feel like I know only one way, and that's to plan to put our kids in position to be successful. And so, when we're creating a game plan over the weekend and as the week progresses, it's going to be, full of plays. And, same thing for Coach Emery on the defense side of the ball. We are going to do what we need to do for our kids to be successful and to come out with a win. Now, as the game goes on, who knows what the weather's going to be like? Who knows how, some other things as far as that goes may play out, and if we feel the need at some point to pull some guys, we will do that to make sure that we're as good a shape as we can be next week for Iroquois.
Hancock County has got a quarterback that can really throw the ball around. What does a defense need to do to stop a guy like that?
Well, I think we've got to play assignment football, and that's something that we've done all season, is really try to tell guys, hey, you stick to your job and don't try to cover for somebody else. And if everybody's doing their job, we'll be just fine. So we've got to make sure we drop into our zones and get in proper position in our coverages, not chase guys out of our zones and pass them on to the next defender, and have some confidence that your teammate's going to be doing his job. And then, I think we'll have some opportunities to make some plays on the ball in the air. And thus far this season, we've had some guys in the back end that have, created a lot of turnovers, and hopefully we can do that tonight.
Hancock's got a couple of really talented linebackers there on defense. How do you move the ball?
Well, number one, we do a lot of double teaming and working from down linemen up to linebackers, and we're going to have to see those guys. And we try to teach our guys to have, hands on down linemen, eyes on linebackers, and hopefully we can do a good job of that tonight. But, I think we're going to have to win up front first. If we can't block down linemen, the linebackers aren't going to matter. So we're going to have to win up front and, move the line of scrimmage and kind of create a trash pile that sometimes those linebackers have to work around or over top and different things like that. And so if we can do those things, block on the perimeter and get outside and then have some good protection to soften linebackers up, not allow them to play just run, I like our chances.
A 9-win regular season has happened once in the last 40 years for Grayson County football. How do you make tonight the second time?
I think it's the same plan as always. You know, we've got to win the time of possession battle. We got to win the turnover battle, and then we've got to win the field position battle as well. And, you know, all those things kind of go together. Long, sustaining drives that finish in points, not give them extra possessions. They like to onside kick it and do some things on their special teams that kind of create some issues for you. We can't allow them to have extra possessions. Got to finish in points. And then we've got to do our job on the defensive end, wrap up, and try to force some turnovers. And I think if we can do those things, we'll be all right.
Coach, good luck. More on the Locker Room Show comes up after this.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Schaefer Glover Field, where the Grayson County Cougars are about to take on the Hornets of Hancock County. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. And Kaylor, it's time for Kaylor's Keys to the Game. What you got?
Like always, you have to get out to a fast start. But especially with this team, you have to be physical with them because Hancock has always been a very physical team, and you have to keep your head on your shoulders. They like to get chippy. I remember the scrimmage last year. He got chippy, so make sure to talk with your pads and not your mouth, and just get out of here with a win and be the first team to have a chance at 11 wins in a very long time.
Yeah, it's only happened once. And next week you got the first playoff game against an Iroquois team that
is struggling.
Yes, but
they
has some athletes.
Yeah, they can beat you.
And they do some different things on offense as well. I know as Coach Jones was showing me a little bit of film of them earlier.
Do some different things, and they have nothing to lose.
No. All of the pressure will be running orange next week, orange and blue. But you win that, you have a chance to make this it has already been a special season. There's no question about that, but you have a chance to take this to the next level and make it even more special. For Hancock County this year, I always like, Kaylor, to look at some common opponents. Can I tell you something? I don't know. Both teams played Breck.
Yep.
Hancock County won here, second game of the season, 22-12. Of course, Grayson County dominated Breck last week. Now that right
Teams
there, the
change.
fact that second week, last week, a little hard to read. Both teams played McLean back-to-back weeks. So I think that's kind of one that you can look at. McLean had to go to both teams. Grayson won that game against McLean 27-8. Hancock lost 20-18. Again, that's a rivalry game, whereas Grayson and McLean
the less talented team can win.
Yes. And I'm not by no means saying that McLean was a less talented team by any means.
It's
but
just the record. Yeah.
Sometimes you read into that
lie.
who you want. The three losses for Hancock County, McLean County, Tell City, and Union County. And Union County,
pretty good.
That's a really, really good football team over there in 3A. We're hoping that the lights will get turned off here as well, Kaylor, because right now I see myself more than I see the actual field because we have a big glare, and I don't need to see myself any more than I am right now.
Luckily, I got the window part.
You do. If the ball is inside the 20, I got that, or...
But the vast majority of this part of the field, I can't see.
Yeah,
so.
well, we'll do our best. Grayson County and Hancock County comes up next here on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready. Because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Those in the following counties, therefore, should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
We get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Really does. Like, look at it from there. Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where Grayson County is about to take on the Hornets of Hancock County. It should be a great matchup here between these two teams. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. And Kaylor, I'm ready here. Like, I've been excited for this all day because I really think this is going to be a great game.
It's a good test, and to see if we are truly as good as our record shows, because this is, I think, one of the few teams we've played that does have a winning record. And going into a playoff game, it is very important to play a good team.
I think an argument could be made that this is the best team Grayson County's played all year.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, McLean was in that conversation. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think Marshall on that night, Marshall
was
played
one of the best teams we played on that night.
Correct. And all that matters is on that night. I guess we're going to do the national anthem right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break and come back with more. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are about to take on the Hornets of Hancock County. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. And Kaylor, the national anthem kind of snuck up on us there.
Yeah, it did.
We were waiting for it.
Yeah.
It's rare that teams play it right before the game.
But, you know.
Whatever works.
Whenever it's played, it's played. It could be played in the middle of the first quarter. Who knows?
Grayson County's won the toss. They want the football here to open up. Hancock County, though, known for maybe an onside kick or two.
And that's, you see we have Grayson and Jaron up closer to the front line to kind of help with that.
Jaden Kinney, too, another one of your receivers is up there. They're not expecting them to kick it deep at all. And Grayson County's Caden Hanshaw, he's trotting back. Looks like he's going to stand back at about the 10-yard line. The opening kick will be taken by Tice Bolin. It's time for football in Lewisport between the Grayson County Cougars and the Hancock County Hornets. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you, bowling to kick deep. Hanshaw stands back at his own 7-yard line. Cougars are expecting some semblance of an onside kick of sorts, as they have, you got about 7 guys standing within 20 yards. Here comes Bowling to let this one fly as we get underway here in this matchup between the Hornets and the Cougs. And Bowling is going to kick it deep. And it's going to be caught back by Stephen Lee at the 16-yard line. Lee right up the middle along the hashes, goes to the 30, absorbs a hit, and is brought down up around the 32-yard line. Nice return, though, by Stephen Lee of about 16 yards.
That's good field position.
Colby Chaffins, the starting quarterback for Grayson County, is going to come out. He enters this game 61 yards away from 1,000 for his career, a mark that has not been met for Grayson County since Marty Haycraft back in 1986. Grayson will have it officially on their own 32-yard line. This offense last week had their best game of the season, and it was everything. It was pass and on the ground. Yep. Breckenridge County, to say they had no answer would have been an understatement.
Yeah, and when it's demoralizing as a defense when that is happening to you, because I've been on both sides of it, as an offense doing it, and then as a defense that didn't have an answer.
Cougars going with a bunch formation to start off. It's a direct snap. Wildcat Hanshaw dives across the right side of the line. Gets up to the 36-yard line. 4-yard run for Caden Hanshaw to get us underway here in this game.
Man, we're going to take that every time if they keep giving us that.
Jaron Van Meter now is going to trot over to the sideline to get the play from Brian Jones, and maybe we're going to stick with a little Wildcat look here to open up.
If they can't stop it, why change it? I mean, I would expect at one point or another there's going to be probably a counter to Jaron at one point, but until then, they're not going to do anything.
You're sticking with multiple backs as Hanshaw is in the game as the Wildcat quarterback. Another direct run, right side, runs behind Mudd, but he's dropped for no gain on the play as he couldn't hit the edge.
He should have kept it inside, tried to get a little too greedy.
And he's actually going to end up losing 1 yard on the play as that former play went to the 37 for a 5-yard gain. Now he's back to the 36. Bring up third down and about 6 here for Grayson County. Got to imagine that Chaffins is going to trot
He
back
is.
in.
Yeah, I saw him.
Mason Carroll and Jaden Kinney come down here to the near side. Van Meter will be in the slot as well. One wide receiver high to the right side is Grayson Chaffins. Cougars working from right to left on your radio dial in the all-white jerseys with the navy blue helmets. High snap, fakes the handoff. Chaffins on the run. Right side breaks through the 40. He's to the 30, 45, 50, and he gets down to the 45-yard line, but
it's coming back.
There is there a penalty flag?
Yes.
Oh, I see it. It is sitting down there, kind of blends into the turf. With these lights on in here, Kaler, it is a hold called against Grayson County. Since the lights are on in the press box, that happens right in front of my windows, and it's just pure glare. I can't see
I
it.
saw the flag go up. I'm not sure who got called on, but it was on the interior of that line, so it's kind of hard to tell.
That's going to be a huge penalty, dropping the ball back to the 26-yard line, bringing up third down and about 16 for Grayson. It's probably your prime screen territory.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a shot depending on what coverage they give you, but I would expect a screen to be called
It's
here.
like they're going single high.
And if nobody's over, I like that matchup with Jaron one-on-one.
In the gun goes Chaffins with a pair of wide receivers on each side. Three-step drop. They're setting up the screen right up the middle to Hanshaw. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage, and dropped as he gets up to the 33-yard line. 7-yard screen pass from Chaffins to Hanshaw, and Grayson County will be forced to punt.
That had potential to go somewhere. It's just that Caden got too far in front of his lineman. The linemen were behind him.
4th down and 9. Beasley will punt. And Hancock has 2 returners back. One is standing at the 50, and one is standing all the way back at the 28. He's given a lot of respect to the leg of Beasley. Here comes the kick from Beasley. Gets it away. It's a high spinning kick. It's going to take a bounce to the 50. It's a huge Hancock County bounce, and it's going to be down by Grayson County at the 47-yard line. It's only going to turn out to be a 14-yard punt, and the Hancock County offense is going to trot out onto the field with starting quarterback Dylan Morris, 103 of 160 passing for just under 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Aiden Weatherholt is the main running back. 9:15 left to go here in this first quarter of play.
Looks like we have an empty, but it's very overloaded to the right. So
Dylan Morris in the shotgun.
Watch something to be thrown out here quick.
Shifting in motion is going to be Jackson Morris to join him in the backfield. Morris is going to go on the run up the middle. Bounces off of Weston Green as he carries it down to about the 41-yard line. Looked like Cornwell might have been in on the tackle. Pickup of 6 yards for Hancock County on their first play of the game. A little different look there.
Yeah. And that's kind of, you're trying to almost mask what you're trying to do. That motion in is really just, hey, we're just going to run inside zone. But with that formation, it makes it look a lot different.
Bring up 2nd down and 4 for Hancock County. Again, they shift it around. Now it's a little trick play on the sweep to the near side. They go to Morris again, and he's got enough to move the chains for a first down. At least they're moving him on the far side. Near side judge is not as close. No. I thought he got it at the first look. Yes, they are moving the chains. That's actually a very generous moving the chains. He gets down to the 37-yard line, 4-yard pickup. If anything, I think maybe he knows the football's just a little short, but it'd be 3rd down and centimeters. 8.5 to go in the first quarter of play. No score between Grayson County and Hancock County. Both these teams have playoff games next week. Good tune-up for each team before the playoffs begin in a week. Motion rolling down here to the near side is Weatherholt, and he is brought down for a loss. Grayson Chaffins in there on the tackle. Weston Green, Mason Carroll. A host of Cougars were not fooled at all as they try to go to Weatherholt, and he is going to end up being dropped for a loss of 3 yards back to the 40.
I mean, that's rallying to the ball if I've seen it, because Mason came from the backside and was in the one ended up bringing him to the ground.
2nd down and 14. Hancock County has not run what I would classify as a normal play so far. And it's not like they're running trick plays. They're just doing a lot of weird motion.
That's Hancock. I mean, that's always how they have been.
4 receivers to the left side of the field. Morris is looking to pass over that far side. The ball is short. Is it caught? It is not. It is intended for Morris on that far side of the field. Jackson Morris couldn't pull it in. 3rd down and long coming up for the Hornets. Now, that's the thing with Dylan Morris. He can beat you with his arm. This is not, some quarterbacks that Grayson County may have played this season.
That are runners first.
Runners first, and
but this guy can win a game with his arm if he needs to.
Absolutely. I mean, I think an argument could be made. He might be the best quarterback they faced all season.
And I think that helps. He has a very good amount of weapons, and Weatherholt as a running back to go to off of play action helps a lot.
5 wide, 3 to the left side, 2 to the near side on 3rd down and long for Hancock County. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, floats it over the middle. The pass is caught by Gillespie. Turns upfield, breaks a tackle. He's to the 30, 25-20, blocker in front of him, cuts back towards the middle. That's going to be a touchdown, but a penalty flag will come in. So it's the touchdown at the moment stands, a 40-yard touchdown pass
be a first down
to Garrison.
It should
we'll
be.
see what this is on the penalty flag. Holding called against Hancock. It was the lead receiver, was it not?
Yeah, it should still be a first down, though.
Taylor, I can actually see now. My little window's open.
I know.
In fact, I might even be able to open it up a little bit more here. There, look at that. Gave myself about 5 more yards. So officially the ball is going to be moved down to the 19-yard line. 21-yard pickup. And Hancock County enters the red zone. Honestly, this drive feels very similar to Breck last week. Started slow, came away with a big stop. Now, again, that there is an asterisk to that because there was the injury on the play. Morris all alone in the backfield. Bunch formation. Morris to pass. All day to throw in the pocket, but he's hit and he's stacked in the backfield. Ball came out at the end, and it looks like Hancock fell on it. Morris was crunched by...
Yeah. That might be an understatement.
Green, I think, might have been the first man in there.
Sawyer and Weston, yeah.
And he's dropped for a loss back to the 27-yard line of 8 yards.
And that'll hurt a passing attack is when the quarterback gets hit a couple times.
Because he had time to throw. And
whenever the internal clock gets shortened a little bit and they try to run before they should, they don't hang back there as much as they should. And I'm guilty of it. It's a protection thing for your own body. 2nd
down and about 17 or 18 here for Hancock County. Low snap. It is a handoff left side. There was nowhere to go. He stutters a little bit, and the generous spot's going to give him 3 yards up to that left side of the field. Van Meter came around the edge to slow him down.
And Weatherholt's down. He's slow to get up.
Weatherholt was the player in there. That was one of the offensive linemen that was a little slow to get up. Tristan French appears that he is okay. Tell you, we are right above the concession stand.
Yeah.
And if I could get a candle of this,
I would have it.
Sign me up. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. No score between Grayson County and Hancock County. Another 3rd down and long. Hancock County already converted on a 3rd and long. This drive to pass Morris. Steps up over the pocket, throwing behind his receiver. Intended for Jackson Morris.
And
I
don't
imagine 4th and long.
we'll see a field goal here.
Hancock County's not attempted a field goal since 2019. They've only attempted 5 extra points in the last 3 years.
No,
I would not imagine you'd be looking at a 42-yard field goal if you haven't attempted one in 4 years. You've only attempted 5 PATs.
Yeah, especially if you don't kick PATs. But
this could be a huge stop for this Grayson County defense. Now, Cooper Jones, who's coming down here to the near side, is their guy they like to throw it up to. So you never imagine that they might just give Jones a chance.
Screen.
Not, it's a screen over to the far side.
Nice
Not
play.
fooled. Grayson stops him after a short pickup. Great play made by Kenton Cornwell around on that far side.
That was Conrad.
I think Cornwell was in the vicinity as well.
Conrad read it, and Kenton came out of there like a missile. I didn't even see the kid, and they just phew.
And it's going to end up being a gain of 1 yard, but a turnover on downs gives Grayson County the football back. Cougars went 3 and outs on their first drive. Their one big play of that drive was brought back because of a hold. Cougars will have it on their own 25-yard line, 5:43 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Going the eye.
Under center will go Colby Chaffins. Hanshaw, the deep back. They run into one another in the backfield, and Van Meter ended up getting the ball, and he's dropped for, they're going to say, a loss of 1 yard. The point of the handoff there was not clean.
Yeah, that looked like tout, which is an option. You're kind of just reading the 3 technique, and either Jaron ran it too tight or Colby didn't get off the midline, one of the two. That's really important as a quarterback to get off the midline, so that way you can make the mesh point clean.
2nd down and 11. It's a loss of 1 yard on the run there for Jaron Van Meter. Kind of expected a defensive game in this. These are two good defenses.
Yes, very.
Kinney goes to the right side, as does Van Meter. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. Ball placed in the far hash. 2nd down and 11. faking the handoff to Hanshaw. Chafin's on the run. He was wrapped up and gets back to what was the original line of scrimmage for a run of 1 yard to Colby Chafin's.
Setting up two. We missed one. I think that was either the play side or the middle linebacker. Just missed. We didn't get to him, didn't get our eyes turned inside.
3rd down and 10. Will come up here for the Grayson County offense. Again, remaining with that single high safety over the top, just daring Grayson County to pass. It's almost like a 4-2 look on the inside.
That's what I expected to get, that, or, okay, they're shifting to cover 2, almost.
Chafin's to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looking to scramble, and he's hit. He's going to be dropped after a loss of 1, or a gain of 1 yard for Colby Chafin's on the run. Had a little happy feet there and immediately went to run and gains 1 yard.
He had time just to step up, take a step, and go.
I didn't see if he had anybody deep down the field, but that'll bring up 4th down and 9, and Grayson County will be forced to punt. It'd be a long time since Grayson County has punted in back-to-back drives.
Yeah, he had his check down open in the middle of the field. He was looking over here. He didn't get his eyes back to the middle of the field. With that 2 shell look, those check downs will be open.
4th down and 9. Here comes the punt from Beasley. His last one was shorter. This is more of a line drive kick. This time takes a huge Grayson County bounce. It's picked up by Hancock County on the bounce at about the 38-yard line and hit and dropped after a 1-yard return. Van Meter was in there on the tackle, and Mason Carroll came up high to help with it. Nice punt there by Beasley. Very risky pickup.
Risky field, but
he saved probably 15 yards,
saved,
though.
Because that ball was kind of coming in as a line drive, and it was pretty hot, so.
Hancock's going to have it on their own 39-yard line.
But in those situations, if I was a returner, I'd be like, is it really risk 15 yards to give up possession?
To get 1.
Yeah.
3:31 left here in this first quarter. No score between Grayson County and Hancock County. Jackson Morris in motion. They're going to give it to him on the handoff. He goes up the middle and was just absolutely smashed by Weston Green. He, I think, attempted to hurdle someone, and when he did it, Weston Green just took him and just sent him right into the ground.
That's the risk. Whenever you go in the air, is you can't defend yourself whatsoever, and that's especially whenever Weston Green, somebody like that, gets a hold of you, it's not going to feel good on your way down.
And Weston Green almost looked like a WWE wrestler there. And it wasn't like it was a dirty hit by any means. He just played football. 2nd and 9 for Hancock County as they gain 1 on the run. 2 wide receivers on each side, ball placed on the near hash. Screen setting up near side, found to Cooper Jones. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks a second, but it was slowed down just enough on those broken tackles and gained only 1.
That's the corner's job, force them inside and slow them down, and that's all, and the rest of the line has to redirect to get to it.
That's, I mean, holding a screen to 1 yard, you'll take that to Cooper Jones.
Especially when you're playing cover 3 and you're 8 to 9 yards off the ball.
3rd down and 8 for Hancock County. They have had some success passing this season and early on. This Grayson County secondary hasn't been tested in some time. To pass, Morris. Dylan Morris steps up, floats it over the middle, and it is caught down here to the near side. Pulling it in is Landon Garrison. Down to the 39-yard line, 20 yards on the pass completion. And now Hancock going hurry up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good ball. It's a post-wheel concept, so that outside third's kind of open. And what the outside linebacker kind of has to do is take that wheel.
2 wide receivers on each side, running back to the left of Dylan Morrison. About 2 minutes left in this first quarter. No score, but Hancock driving again after Grayson County has gone 3 and out on their first 2 drives of the game. Running back now shifts from the left side to the right side of the line. Faking the handoff. Now looking to pass. Morris rolls out to the near side, attempted to dump it off to Jones, but it was immediately broken up. Kenton Cornwell might have gotten a hand in to make sure, but even if Jones got it, it would have been no gain.
Yeah, I mean, either way, same result. But that was a good job staying disciplined down here at the bottom part. Caden, they did that little fake slip screen, shoulder fake, had a wheel come out of it, and he stayed with it. Because that's where they wanted to go with the ball.
You could tell Morris, he had all day to throw, too. Ball in the near hash. Pair of wide receivers on each side. Faking the handoff. Morris, direct run. Nope, he's going to dump it off. Far side pass complete and breaking through to the 35, down to about the 30-yard line.
That's a little generous.
That is a very generous spot as it's found to Jackson Morris for a pickup of 9 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
That's just a variation of the triple option, except instead of having your pitch back, you're actually just throwing a bubble out there to your slot.
It's the run game.
Yeah,
it's pretty much.
It's an extension. Yep.
It probably should go down as a run in a way.
It's
now,
like
I'm sure
little,
if you ask Dylan Morris,
yeah,
he's
you asked me,
no.
a quarterback. Yeah, it's pass.
Yeah.
I still had to throw it.
It's real hard to throw that one 3 yards away.
It's honestly, it's harder than you think.
3rd down and 1. Multiple blockers in the backfield. They're going to hand it off, and falling down, ending up getting across the right side for the pickup. He slipped as he crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
Still carries it down to the 27-yard line, 3 yards.
Got to hit low. I mean, if you hit him low, he's probably short, but.
1st and 10. Loading it up on the inside again with a pair of running backs on each side. Faking the handoff, now going left side on the run, and nice tackle across that left side as he hit the line. Drake brings down Weatherholt on the carry.
And they don't have to run another play if they don't want to.
3 yards on the gain, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. There are play clocks here, something that we have to get used to. It's only maybe the second time we've seen that this year.
I think so. Bullet
Central.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen it any other place. 2nd and 7. Appears that they will want to snap it. They don't see the main clock, though, because it's to their back. They are going to snap. It's a direct run. Morris up the middle. He breaks through the 20 and diving near. The ball did come out at the end. Did Grayson County have it? They say that they do, but Hancock County pops out of the pile with it. We're going to have to talk this out and see what will happen. They're going to talk it over, but it looks like that will bring us to the end. Grayson County still says they should have the football. The officials have not made an official signal, though. They're going to talk it over. And they're not. They're just going to send us to the quarter. It's the end of the first quarter. No score between Grayson County and Hancock County. This is Cougar football on the Moose.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP.
No score between Grayson County and Hancock County as we start this second quarter of play. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. Hancock County will have it 3rd down and 1 at the 20, or let's see where they're going to place it here, the 18-yard line. That was a 6-yard run for Morris. So a tush push right up the middle, Morris, and looks like the second effort is going to get him. It wasn't pretty.
No,
but the second effort gets it down to the 16
was not
for
executed
a first
to Philadelphia's level.
I don't think Morris has the legs of Jalen
600-pound squat.
And I don't think their center is quite Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, that helps.
And that's no slight to Hancock County. There are very few people in the world that can.
There's one Jason Kelsey.
And there's one
Jalen Hurts.
In the gun goes Morris. Weatherholt. And it's a direct run for Morris, Morris across the left side. That is Jackson Morris, the wide receiver, on the run as he carries it down to about the 13-yard line. $11:20 left here in this first half of play. No score between Grayson County and Hancock County, but the Hornets are knocking on the door. The Cougar defense had a stop in the red zone the first time. And like you like to describe it, Kaylor, the defense is like firefighters. Got to put out the fire. faking the handoff, throwing off far side.
Nice play.
Complete, breaking the tackle, continuing to move like a bowling ball up that far sideline. It's near the first down marker.
Looks like he's a little short.
It is going to bring up third down and short.
I mean, we read that fine. We just didn't finish it.
6 yards on the pickup, third down and 1 again. Last time Hancock County went tush push.
31, let's go, Hornet Nation.
And I'll tell you what, I like this early on.
Mm-hmm.
This Grayson County team hasn't faced much adversity in recent weeks.
They need to be able to respond to it come playoff
because
time.
You better believe there's going to be a game. As wasn't handed off right side, he does, breaking the tackle, diving towards the end zone and down at the 1 yard line. I missed who ended up getting it. Might have been Weatherholt on the carry across the right side.
And one thing I can take away from these first 2 quarters is we are not tackling well at all.
And Hancock County has some players that have been the Achilles heel of Grayson County. Big physical guys.
If you try to arm tackle them, they are going to run through you.
First down and goal at the 1 yard line. Direct run, tush push, end zone, touchdown Hancock County. It's a run for the quarterback, Dylan Morris. And the Hornets strike first. Here comes the extra points. Well, actually, I mean, they've only attempted 3 extra points all season. They're going to go for 2. 16 two-point conversions. They are converting less than 50% from the 2-point this season. Luke Pritchard, one of their offensive linemen, actually leads the team in this category with 5 of them.
Wow.
Under center, faking the handoff, now looking to pass is Morris. He is all day, rolling out to throwing into the far side, and it is caught.
And one thing I will say this whole year our defense has lacked is a pass rush.
Caught on the far side. Hancock County leads 8-0 in this first half of play. This Cougar football on the Moose.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Onside kick by Hancock County. It goes up. It was bobbled by Van Meter. It ends up being fallen down, or not by Van Meter, by Bratcher, and fallen down, and to save him was Kenton Cornwell. And Grayson County is going to get the ball on their own 39-yard line. They trail 8-0 with 9:52 left here in this first half. Kaylor, the offense, not great.
No, not
to
at
start.
All. And they need that. They need to be shut down for once to learn how to adjust.
Last time Grayson County trailed in a game, week 2. Another thing that they need.
Yeah. You need to learn how to play from behind in the playoffs.
They've only trailed in 1 game all season, and it was against Marshall County, the 1 game that they lost. Trips down here to the near side. Chaffins will give it to Hanshaw, who bounced it off that far side of the field. He's across the 40, and he's dropped as he gets up near the 44-yard line. About a 5-yard run for Caden Hanshaw. Actually, they're going to be a little bit more generous and give him to the 45. That knows the football is touching the 45. Bring up second down and
about
a long 4.
Yeah.
Long 4. It's one of the best plays of the game that we've seen so far for Grayson County.
It's
and
a
you get 5
play.
every time?
Yes, it's a rhythm thing, and you need that as an offense. It doesn't matter if it's explosive. The rhythm plays set up the big ones.
Trips down here to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the left side. Hanshaw shifts from the right side of the line to the left side. Faking the handoff, Chafin's on the run as he goes up across the left side of the field, diving toward, and he's right at that first down marker, and it looked like he got enough to move the chains. First down, Grayson County, 4 yards on the run there for Colby Chafins. Actually, it's going to be even 5. The spots are being a little generous on both sides tonight. First down and 10 will come up for Grayson. They get up their first down of the game. Under 9 minutes left in the first half, they trail 8-0. Listen, if the spots are generous on both sides, you're never going to hear me complain.
Yeah. As long as they're fair on both sides, it's even.
Ball placed in the far hash. Cougars in those all-white jerseys. Hanshaw on the give. Up the middle to the 50 to 45, and he carries tacklers with him as he gets down to the 40-yard line. Move the chains. 10-yard pickup. First down, Grayson County. Did the ball pop out at the end?
Yeah, but he was down.
I was going to say, this is, you can see, I cannot really very well at all as I'm looking through glares.
When the official immediately does this, yeah. But that play can be very successful because you're letting an athlete be an athlete. It's inside zone, block everybody on you, and just let him find the hole.
First down and 10 for Grayson County, placing the Hancock County 40-yard line. Their first play run and Hornet territory in the game. 2 wide receivers on each side. Hanshaw is to the right. It's kept by Chafins up the middle. He goes to the 40-yard line, gets down to the 35. 5-yard pickup. Colby Chafins only thrown the ball 1 time today.
Yeah, and they're a heavy man team. They're running heavy man press against us right now. So I would expect at one point we're going to go play action, try to get that corner to bite and take it off the top. But at the beginning of the game, you really don't throw against man press much.
And you're down 8-0.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to throw. You throw the ball, 3 of the 4 things that can happen are bad.
I don't know if a quarterback's ever said that before.
I'm being honest.
Bunch to the left side of the field, 2nd down and 5. Another, it's Rowe faking the handoff, going to Hanshaw across the left side. He fooled everyone and ends up carrying it across the first down marker down to the 27, 8 yards in the run for the freshman running back, Caden Hanshaw.
And that just shows how valuable a good play fake is from a quarterback.
And because Colby he even dove.
Yeah, I mean, and that freezes the linebackers for half a second. That's all a good running back really needs.
And for a guy like Caden,
that gives him the edge.
You blink, and he gone. Just ask McLean County.
Yeah. Or Brick.
He did. They caught up to him, I guess.
They caught up to
Breck
him,
did.
that first one, yeah.
McLean did not.
Yeah, McLean, no. That 80-yarder was. But one way you do break the press is you bunch it all together.
And that's exactly what they're doing on that left side of the field. Chafins keeps it himself as he crosses the 25. Inside the 20, dives down to about the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the run for Colby Chafins.
Turf moss is real.
It is. He's grabbing his knee a little bit.
It might be his brace.
And he has
He's not
had
really
that
limping. It's his brace. His brace might have went up on him whenever he fell, and it kind of rose.
He might have been pointing at his shoe, too. I wonder if his shoe came off.
Oh, he does have one really messed up shoe, but he's not changed it because they've been winning.
Like a true quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
6 minutes left in this first half. 8-0. Hancock County on top.
The sole is taped to the shoe.
Trips to the left side of the field. 1 down here to the near side. Up the
Good
middle goes
run.
Hanshaw inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Grayson County. 19-yard touchdown run for Caden Hanshaw. And the Cougs are on the board. It's 8-6.
And that's really good to see. They just put a long drive together on you. You come back and answer.
7-play drive ends in points. Now it does appear Grayson County's going to keep the offense out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Is there no kick? It will go for the 2-point conversion. Grayson County this season, 8 conversions, all 8 by number 3.
Yep.
He was stopped last week, though, against
Breck,
and it does look like we're going to go Wildcat.
Colby's in.
But Van Meter did
They might have done
take
that.
the play.
So since Jaron was closer to the line.
It's going to be Chafins in the gun, Hanshaw to the right. The play clocks are not on.
Yeah, so I don't.
They're putting the hand up now. So you got 10 seconds on there. Doesn't matter. Hand off Hanshaw, left side, tie game. He got it. 8-8, Grayson County and Hancock County tied up. 5:51 to go here in this first half. This is Cougar football on the Moose.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Tell you what, I think that you could really make an argument that that might have been Grayson County's best drive of the season.
Given the condition, yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's the first time they've trailed since it was 135 degrees against Marshall County back on the 25th of August.
Yeah, and that drive looked like they were up by 12. I mean,
they haven't trailed in 2 months.
You have to be able to play the same from behind as you are up. And that drive, it did look like they were able to do that.
Grayson County tied the game up 8-8, 5:51 left in the first half. Cougars will kick it away. It's a line drive spinning kick over to the far side, and it is going to roll out of bounds.
And that's happened a lot over the last few weeks.
Beasley has been putting him out of bounds, and it's still a very dangerous play by Roberts to watch it as he just kept watching, as we talked about last week. What you can do is stand out of bounds and grab that football, and it counts.
If it does, yeah. But, I mean, in high school, getting it at the 35 is not horrible. But the defense does have to bow their backs a little bit. You can force a quick 3-and-out here, get the offense a chance to score again going into the half. That completely swings momentum.
This defense really has had one bad drive.
One drive a game.
Even last week, that first drive could have been classified as the one bad drive a game, and you had the injury.
And it honestly did look like they were going down to score that drive.
They were, and then the injury happened.
Counter.
Misdirection, counter near side on the run. Weatherholt carries it up to the 40-yard line, 5-yard pickup.
And we were just tackling way too high. They're carrying us past the initial contact for about 2 to 3 more yards.
2nd down and 5. Here will come up. I really want to see how the defense responds as well. After really, they've had 2 rough drives to start.
And they need to bow their backs here.
Running backs on each side, handoff to Lesby on the right side. He carries it up across the first down marker to the 47, 7 yards on the run for the Hancock County running back, Chris Gillespie, the junior. They have him listed 5'4", 145. There is no way he's 5'4".
And there's no way he's 145.
Big kid. 1st and 10 for Hancock, placing their own 47-yard line. Another run, left side, wrapped up. Still dives forward for a couple of yards pickup. Green was in there at first. And Green's shoulder pad needs to be fixed. So sticking straight up into the air after the play.
It happens a lot on those big guys.
Brian Jones going to take a timeout over on there, that far side, after a 3-yard run.
I like that timeout. Kind of get everybody's, because this is a formation they've not really shown much.
Which is, if we're being honest, it's interesting that you would show it for the first time your last game before the regular season, before next week. I mean, for both these teams, this game really means nothing.
No, RPI, maybe.
RPI does, but really for Grayson County, you know what it'd be the difference? Okay, do you want to go to Bowling Green or do you want to go to South Warren in round 3?
That's the only difference.
Turf field, grass field.
Grass.
2 press boxes, 1 press box. Black team, purple team. It's about all you really have to choose because they're about the same.
Yeah, talent-wise, I mean, that's always a good game to go watch.
See some of the scores that we have to bring you. Owensboro leads 7-6 against Henderson County.
They're always a good game.
This game doesn't surprise me. This score, Edmondson County 20, Breckenridge County 0, inching towards the end of the first half. I thought the Wildcats would win that game. Owensboro Catholic leads North Hardin 28-7 late in the first quarter. Butler County leads Ohio County 9-0. It's kind of an odd score.
Yeah, 3, unless there's a
safety in there or something. I'm
guess.
not sure. Direct run left side. Diving across the left side was Jackson Morris. They're going to give him a gain of about 3 yards down to the 47-yard
line. Yeah, we'll say this
line.
near side judge is not as generous with spots.
Far side is.
Yeah, he's a little more. He's good cop. This guy's bad cop.
Every officiating crew needs it.
I love it.
4:25 left in the first half of play, 8-8 between Grayson County and Hancock County.
That shows you good strategy. Run to the generous field judge's side.
3rd down and 4.
I would expect. I don't think you're going to get a direct snap here.
Morris.
Counter, probably.
Faking the handoff. Morris to pass. Gets away from one man. Might have been almost a face mask if he'd been hit. He runs up the middle. Dives down to the 45-yard line. He's going to be 2 yards short. That was almost a face mask. I don't think there was any contact. I think he just smacked him across the head.
He got the head, not the face mask, and that's
2 yards on the run. 4th down and 2.
But that probably puts them in a. If we finish that sack, that puts them in a situation where they're most likely punting. But now they have a chance to go for it about 4th and 2. Long one.
Make some noise. Let's go. Get first down.
4th down and 2. It's interesting that the PA announcer is telling our fans to make noise when they have offense.
Yeah, that's not common. I didn't like it.
And also, he's not supposed to do that. It's against the rules. Technically, PA guys are not allowed. We're going to have a timeout taken as the play clock was at 0.
Yep.
Timeout taken, 4th down and 2 will come up. And technically, PA announcers are not allowed to have any they're supposed to call the game normal, like a neutral. Not allowed to say, like he's been saying, make some noise. No, I'm not like the guy that's going to complain about that because I got a whole lot more things to worry about in my life. But technically, you can't be doing that, as I do know someone once said. 8-8, 3:18 left here in this first half. It'll bring up 4th down and 2. See if I can't figure out some of the scores, more scores that might be coming through. Warren Central leads Todd County 14-7. Mayo leads Manual 27-7 at the half. LaRue County on top of Russell County 13-6 at the half. And those appear most of the scores that I have to bring you. It was Butler County 2-0 at the end of the first quarter, so there was a safety in there. Nothing like a 2-0 score at the end. Well, I know Grayson Muhlenberg, was it 5-0 at one point in that game a couple of years ago?
Yep.
2019, if my memory's right, that year that we were down there. Everyone's favorite score, 5-0.
Oh, yeah, it's all very common.
Fairdale looks like they're leading. I don't know that I have quite enough time to look up here and see what the actual score of their game is. I'm not sure who they're playing. In fact, it doesn't say the score. Apparently they're playing well. 8-8. 4th down and 2. This is a big play for this Grayson County defense. Power eye. Morris under center. They're going to hand it off left side, and he's got the first down. And running up the near sideline is Weatherholt. And they haven't given an official spot.
Yeah, there he goes.
There it goes. Down to the 37? Yes. 8 yards on the run there for Weatherholt. Grayson County, I think, was looking for a penalty on that.
I don't think it was enough to get it, personally. I think that's one of those ones you let them play because I saw the one they're talking about, and that's not one I would call.
1st and 10. For Hancock County, it's tied at 8 here between the Cougars and the Hornets. Weatherholt shifts in motion, spinning around like a top was Morris in the backfield, and he dives down to the 35-yard line before being pushed backward. It's a 2-yard gain. Morris was looking like a ballerina there in the backfield, Kaler.
I don't think that play was designed to be like that.
Spin around in a circle?
Yeah, I don't think they called top or anything in the huddle. I think it was supposed to be a handoff the other way, and he.
Did you not have any plays where you're supposed to spin in a circle?
Unfortunately.
What did you want to spin in a circle before a play?
Maybe if I'm so dizzy. I mean, it makes me feel better.
I don't know that makes a ton of sense, but
hey, if you
2.5 left in the first half.
If you miss when you're not dizzy, you can hit when you're dizzy.
Maybe math works that way. Throwing near side screen. It is caught at the 30, breaking a tackle. There to clean it up. Peyton Hanshaw couldn't wrap up. Conrad Raymond and Braden Mudd helped finish it
like
down to the 29-yard line, 6 yards. 3rd down and 2 will come up. 2:08 left here in this first half of play. You better believe Hancock's going to take every second they can.
They're going to try to go for the 2-for-1.
Roberts, the running back, they fake the handoff to him, throwing slant over the middle. Morris catches it down to the 10-yard line.
Flag.
And the slant hits. There's a penalty flag in the backfield. Someone's trying to plead the case, and it's a hold called against the Hornets. And here's the thing. That was 3rd down and 2. That's a huge break for this Grayson County team.
You got to get off the field now.
Because now you take away that opportunity potentially for that 2-for-1.
Because if you hold them to nothing here, they're probably in a
even if you don't score.
Yeah, they're probably in a position where they have to punt here. You're resetting momentum going into half if they don't score.
3rd down and 12. But you better believe they're probably looking at a 6 to 7 yard gain here.
4th and manageable.
Brings it back to the 39, 3rd down and 12. Pair of wide receivers on each side. Ball placed in the Grayson County 39-yard line. Faking the handoff, throwing near side to Morris, and he's wrapped up. Hanshaw's got him. Brings him down to the 36-yard line. 3-yard pickup, 4th down and long.
I don't know if I'm going for this.
Interested here. Does Brian Jones take a timeout?
I think I would wait to see if they're going to go for it. If they're going to go for it, no.
And they are. 4th down and 9 for Hancock County. This is a big play in this game already.
I would watch the hard count because they might try to get it to 4th and 4 off of here.
2 wide receivers on each side. About 1:08 left in this first quarter. They're going to pop off. There's 18 seconds left in the play clock. They could bring this down to about 40 seconds after this play. Let's see what they'll end up doing.
Need a pass rush here.
And it doesn't look like they're going to snap it.
It's going to be hard to get a play in here.
5 seconds
he's going
left.
To call a timeout.
And they're going to call a timeout with 48 seconds left here in the first half. We'll take the timeout with them. 8-8 between Grayson County and Hancock County. It's Cougar football on the Moose.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-833-8-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
I'd say so.
Here comes the play. They're going to go for it as Hancock County throwing it up, and it is intercepted by Grayson County.
Oh, probably should have let
that
that drop.
Down at the 22. It's picked off by Kenton Cornwell, his first career interception. But you're right, Kaylor. It turns out to be a 14-yarder. Don't tell Kenton Cornwell that he shouldn't have intercepted it.
I know, as a DB, you see it.
You know who also was saying drop it? Sheriff Norman Chaffins, because that's another $50 out of his pocket. Up to $650 on the donation, but Kenton Cornwell, his first career interception. 42 seconds. Grayson County is going to have it on the 23-yard line.
You have 2 timeouts. I think you can be somewhat aggressive.
But you also want to be careful that you don't
want to give it back.
Pick six or anything
like
that.
With how much man they're playing, I like what you have.
Trips to the left side. Chaffins looking to pass, steps up, floats it over far side, and it is bobbled and dropped as Chaffins and Carroll over on that far side. I think it might have been supposed to go to Chaffins, but Carroll went in thinking it was for him.
And that's a tough position to be in as a receiver because you don't know if it's going to be over your head. There's a corner waiting there.
Does a incompletion on first down change how you're doing this drive?
Yep.
Are you running now? Screening?
Yes, I'm going to run or take something that's almost guaranteed because they only have 1 timeout left.
Under center will go Colby Chaffins. Offset blocker as well in the backfield. 36 seconds. They're going to give it to Hanshaw on the run. Left side, he's across the 20 to the 25. Bounces it outside the numbers. He's to the 30, 35, and he runs out of bounds with 29.2 on the clock. Does this change things now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a 12-yard run for Caden Hanshaw as he gets up to the 35-yard line. you're back in it now. If anything, might give Lane Beasley a chance.
I think you can get to about the 15, 20, and there's no harm if it's going to wind all the way down of taking it. Because he's hit from there in practice.
And you never know
you
when
might
you might
need it. I mean,
I'm sure if you ask Colby Chaffins, he's thinking 6,
yeah.
like a true quarterback.
Everybody on that sideline.
Lane Beasley's probably saying 3.
1. Let's into 1.
Even better. Pair of wide receivers on each
Gotta
side.
snap
First
it.
down and 10. They do just get the snap off. Handoff Hanshaw. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 36-yard line. And maybe Grayson County will be fine to take this into the half.
I think
tied
you're
at
fine
8.
with that.
Does that surprise you?
No.
No? In fact, your dad's throwing down the headset. He's parked up here. Now I can actually see out the window. This is great. And it does appear Grayson County's going to be fine to take this one into the half. Your score at the half, Grayson County 8, Hancock County 8. Oh, they're going to hurry up, maybe run one more play. No, they do not. They thought they kind of did a little fake out there, but ended up not running one. It's halftime here at Hancock County. Grayson County and Hancock all tied at 8. We'll take a break, come back with more. This is Cougar football on the Moose.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors this storm, including the following counties therefore should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars and the Hornets of Hancock are all tied up at 8. Kaylor, I think this first half, honestly, I like the half. And let me say why I like it, because adversity has been faced.
Yes, and I think that was the ultimate hope coming into this game. Is I think Jones kind of did want that in a sense. Now, did he want to be tied at half? Probably not. But did he want to go through something in the first half and have to go through it in the second half to come through it and overcome it? I think so.
And that's what you've seen. The offense in that drive there, they're really their last drive of the half, we'll call. I mean, they had the ball there with 30 seconds left, ran a couple plays, didn't do anything with it. Go 7 plays, 61 yards, touchdown. Gives you some hope. Now, biggest thing is Hancock County does have the ball to start the second half. That is something definitely to keep in mind. I know our good friend Roger Lush unofficially says Caden 62 yards on 9 rushes. Colby has 5 carries for 20 yards. And Colby is 1 of 2 passing for 7 yards, which puts him 54 yards away from 1,000 for his season. We'll take a break. Coming up next, Kaylor, we go to, we're going to learn about something called morning moves, where there's one elementary school that how they start every morning is they do a little dancing.
I like it.
I like it. We're going to learn about that coming up next. This is Cougar football on the Moose.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show here on KO105. It's time for another edition of our Cougar Conversations. Today we're at Lawler Elementary with Principal Alicia White, learning more about the great things happening here at Lawler. Now, we're about 3 months into the brand new school year, which is wild to say that we're 3 months in. What's been going on at Lawler?
Just a couple of things. So we have done a variety of activities this year. We had a dance-a-thon that was very successful. Our PTO had helped us with that initiative. Let's see, we've got Fall Festival coming up. We have done some benchmark assessments. So we've been trying to mix fun with the academics and the necessary stuff that we need to do. I can't believe it's been 3 months. It's gone fast.
It's wild that we've already gone through. And I know when I was talking with Karen Lewis about some of the great things happening at Lawler, she specifically mentioned that I need to ask you about morning moves. What is morning moves?
So morning moves has been a tradition here at Lawler since before I started. This is my 7th year, so it was pre-Miss White, but it is an activity in the morning where students and the principal or teacher leader takes the kids through different dance routines, and we just get our bodies moving, blood flowing, we get our energy out so that when it's time to go back into the classroom, we can be focused.
Now, what kind of music are we listening to?
Well, we're listening to Kids Bop, and we're also listening to Go Noodle. So a lot of times they are popular songs that the kids love, but with that Kids Bop twist to it. And then Go Noodle is a movement break kind of channel that's on YouTube that encourages whole body movement that leads to brain research, kids being able to pay more attention. So we incorporate a lot of those in the morning.
You mentioned the dance-a-thon, and I know when I was in elementary school back in the olden days, we had walk-a-thons. Is this kind of the same thing?
It is. We had a walk-a-thon last year. It was very successful. We always have families that are very generous in donating towards our causes, and we love to dance together in the mornings. That's really a highlight, so we thought, why not extend that into a dance-a-thon? So each class came in during their recess time. I led them in our kind of normal morning moves activities, and we danced straight for about 20 minutes, and then we had some popsicles, and then the next group came in. We raised $10,000 with that. Our families are very generous.
That's impressive. That's really good things happening here. I know you also touched on the Fall Festival, and I know when I was back in elementary school, we had something called the Winter Carnival, which I'm assuming is very similar as I dropped my paper on the ground. And I know that looking back at elementary school, that was always one of my favorite things looking back. What is the Fall Festival?
So Fall Festival will happen on November 10th this year, and the teachers are putting together games that the kids will be able to visit. We've got raffle going on, so we're going to have 5 winners that will have a chance to win $500. For $1, you get a ticket, and then that enters you into a drawing for $500. We have a variety of companies and corporations here locally that have donated to the cause, so we're excited. We've got some UK basketball tickets. We've got Holiday World. So there's a bunch of different things that have been donated for the means to raise money, classroom supplies, field trips, and just kind of extracurricular, the cherry on top, if you will, the things that kids really, truly enjoy.
Now, is this open to the public or just Lawler students?
It is open to the public. You will need a wristband. Those will be $5. We'll have a variety of games. We're hoping to have it outside. Every year, weather permitting, we try to get out there. It's November 10th, so we'll see how that goes. But we've got bounce houses, inflatable obstacle course. We'll have a petting zoo, corn sensory bin. But if anybody from the community wants to participate, they can always contact me at the school, and we'll get them that $5 wristband that goes for unlimited access to all of the things. We'll have a haunted house as well.
I know a few years ago, our Cougars in the classroom segment was here, and we weren't necessarily in the classroom because at that point, I think it was still during COVID. I'm not even sure at that point the students were back in the school. It was weird times. We don't need to think about that. But we learned about the sensory playground. I know this is still happening, but for those that may not have heard about that, what is the sensory playground?
So sensory playground was an area that our PE teacher at the time, Megan Lidke, worked with her family to create, and was an opportunity for kids to go outside and have a mask break. They were inside 6 feet apart with masks on, and that is not the prime learning environment. So we knew that we had to give them a break so that they could have a chance for some fresh air, for some movement, because they really weren't able to really get up and move by others. It was very restrictive at that time. We still have that out back, but kind of at the heart of Lawler is that whole child, understanding that we need physical fitness, physical activity, and that really plays into success in academics.
I appreciate the time. Great things are happening here at Lawler Elementary. Be sure to come out and see all of the great events, starting with that fall festival here in a couple of weeks. We'll take a break and have more on the halftime show, as this has been another edition of Cougar Conversations here on K105.
I'm not here to fire you up. If you're not already fired up, you shouldn't be in this room. If this victory isn't worth all you have to give, then leave. But now, right now is your chance to be a part of a victory the world will remember forever. Victory over cancer. This victory isn't just happening. It isn't inevitable.
What does hope mean?
Now is our time, your time. You may save someone you love.
Time is very precious.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it. How was that?
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where Grayson County and Hancock are tied at 8 here at the half. Luckily on these, Kaler, it's pretty easy to run down the scoring from the first half of play. Hancock struck first with 9:55 left in the first quarter of play. 1-yard touchdown run by Dylan Morris to make it 8-0, and then Grayson an immediate answer, a 19-yard run by Caden Hanshaw to tie the game at 8 with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first half of play. You had an interception by Kenton Cornwell as well late in that half. Grayson County has stopped Hancock County on the one time in the red zone and one time on the outer edge of the red zone. So if you're wanting a positive for the defense, that would be that.
Yeah, I mean, they're caving, but they're not fully – they're bending, but they're not breaking is what really is going on.
I'd be very interested in the mood from Brian Jones at halftime. If you were head coach Brian Jones,
I think
what would your talk been?
He's fired up on the outside, but internally he's probably thankful that this is happening now in a game that really – it doesn't determine much. It only determines whether you go play Bowling Green or you go play South Warren. So,
unless weird happens.
Yeah, well, there's a chance.
And there's a chance of some weird
lose.
Happening even tonight, where theoretically there's an opportunity that you could have Owensboro go to South Warren in the first round of the playoffs. That's an opportunity, and that, I mean,
that would be.
And that would also mean that, or you could have a, Graves County play a team. It's or I guess
either way, South Warren they don't get an easy first round.
No, whether it's Graves, Madisonville, or it's going to be really tough for them. And then it's the same thing with the North Bullitt, Seneca, and Moore. They are all in action tonight, and their RPIs are really, really close to one another.
So tonight matters.
It does. It does for a lot of them, and it'll be interesting to watch that because Grayson County has half an eye on that because the 3 seed of that, so whoever finishes second in that group of 3 will play Fairdale, and then Grayson County, if they beat Iroquois, will play them. It's a lot of kind of math of sorts that goes along in that. As we still got about 3 minutes until we start, at least I think they should still have a 3-minute warm-up clock on.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. Good. It has turned on because that gives me about 45 seconds to run down a quick score or two from around the region. LaRue County leads Russell County 19-13 in the fourth quarter of play. Owensboro Catholic leads North Hardin 28-7 at the half. Butler County on top of Ohio County 17-0 at the half. Graves County and McCracken tied at 7 at the half. Edmondson County at the half leads Breckenridge County 27-0. That is the score at the half. And that appears to be most of the scores from around the region. The score of our game, Grayson County and Hancock tied at 8. Second half comes up next as this is Cougar football on the Moose.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when hawk moth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Make a difference today.
Cougar football on K105.
We start the second half of play. Grayson County and Hancock County tied at 8. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker with you. Kaylor, I heard a Grayson County fan from the far side shout, I don't know if it was a fan or a coach, be the hammer.
Yeah, and that's to win this game, you're going to have to be the hammer because Hancock County, they have the players and they have the mentality to make you the nail.
And I think they've been the hammer in the first half.
They did.
If we're saying
They
Hancock
were.
County. Here comes the kick from the far hash from Beasley to start this second half of play. It's an onside kick, takes a high bounce, and looks like Hancock County got it. Not a bad onside kick.
I mean,
Hancock was playing way back.
Yeah, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He hit him right as he caught it, and
he just kicked it almost a little too fast. Like it was
a
too
little
quick.
too fast, yeah.
Hancock County going to get decent field position to start. Was there a penalty?
Offsides, looks like.
Called against Grayson County, and again, re-kick?
No, I think they just want.
I wouldn't.
I think they just want. Maybe it's a ball issue.
I guess it was a ball issue. And the
Yeah,
official just
they
threw
put
the ball
They
in
gave
the middle.
our ball to Hancock.
And the head official threw the ball and hit a Grayson County player in the head. He was so far off.
Well, it's been a couple years.
Hancock County's going to have it on their own 42-yard line here at the start of this half of play. In the gun will go Morris to pass. Pump fakes once, pump fakes a second time. Lets it fly far side, and it is incomplete. Broken up on that far side. Hancock County looking for a penalty flag. They're not going to get it as it was intended for Emick on the far side. Mason Carroll was in there on coverage.
And I like that call. I think they were both kind of using their hands, so if official sees that, he's not going to throw anything.
And I like that from Hancock County, taking a shot on the first play.
I mean, that's called I don't know the best way to describe it, sudden change situation.
Yeah. It's
Everybody's trying to catch them asleep.
The Grayson County defense, they're calling for some noise. Kenton Cornwell holding both hands out in the air. He says, bring it on. Second down and 10. You can tell this defense is, that's.
They're going to have to start playing with a little bit of a swag about them.
And already a little bit. Screen near side,
Pick
and
it
it's
up.
short.
Okay.
Intended on the play for Garrison. And now it's third down and 10.
And that's.
The ball just didn't get there.
Yeah, and that's a hard throw. I mean, that's not a short throw at all. That's from the hash to about the numbers. It's about 20 yards, and it's easy to underthrow that because you don't think it's that far, but it really is.
Third down and 10 from the Hancock County 42-yard line. Grayson County not been great on third down defense in this game, especially third down and long.
Yeah, I think part of that's just the lack of a pass rush so far. And he's having a lot of time and it's hard to cover for that long as a defensive back.
Third down and 10. Hancock County 2 incompletions to start the drive. All alone is Morris in the backfield. Steps up in the pocket, looks, he's got all day to throw, looping it near side, caught at the 45. Nice tackle made by Hanshaw. Down at the 48-yard line. Only a 6-yard pickup, fourth down and 4.
And, I mean,
this is an interesting decision for Hancock County.
I would say they're trying to draw us off.
I go for it. Your defense has been playing well.
That's true.
You're at home. This game means nothing.
That's a good point.
You're the underdog, maybe you could say even. I go for it. And they do appear to go for it.
The only thing I don't like is this formation.
Bunching it up, fourth down and 4. They need to get the ball to the other 48. It's a pass. Steps up over the middle. Caught. First down, Hancock County, and a lot of space to work. It's caught back towards the middle and tripped up by the turf monster inside the 30-yard line down to the 29.
I mean, and once again, we just have no pass rush. He has a year and a half back there.
Landon Garrison, the long run down to the 29-yard line. 23 yards on the catch and run.
I mean, every quarterback looks really good when you give them that much time. I mean, it's your secondary gets put under a lot of stress.
That's a backbreaker,
yeah,
too, for this Grayson County defense, who looked like they might have gotten off the field. All alone, man shifting to join. It is Morris, handoff up the middle, big space to work as he crosses the 25 down to the 20. And Uncle Mo, almost to start the half, was wearing orange. Yeah. It's now in red.
Yeah.
Down to the 19-yard line, and it is going to be enough to move the chains for Hancock. First down and 10. All alone is Morris in the backfield. Handoff up the middle is a shovel pass.
Yeah, it's incomplete.
And it did drop incomplete The shovel pass was intended, I believe, for Garrison, who was almost set up as, was he like a wingback?
Yes, yeah, and they've ran that play before.
And it does not work.
And that's a hard one to complete because, I mean, you're only 3 yards away from the guy, and that pitch does come in pretty hot. So, I mean, that's the best part about that play is if it hits the ground, it's incomplete.
2nd down and 10, placed on the Grayson County 19-yard line for the Hornets of Hancock on this opening drive of the second half. We're all knotted up at 8. To pass is Morris. All day to throw again over the middle, and it is deflected. Nearly could have been intercepted by Grayson Chaffins. He just knocked it to the turf, and it'll fall incomplete. 3rd down and 10. I mean Dylan Morris could have gone to the concession stand, gotten one of these delicious cheeseburgers that we've been smelling all day, probably gone back, eaten it, and still had 10 seconds to throw.
I mean, it's hats off to their O-line.
They're being the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to get a push up front. Make him get off his spot is all you have to do. You don't have to sack him.
3rd
Make
and
him
10.
move.
Again, Grayson has not been good on 3rd down defense in this game. Man in motion.
Counter.
Morris, counter on the run. It's to Jackson Morris. He's wrapped up, driven backwards after a pickup of 2 yards. Conrad Raymond in there on the tackle for Grayson County. They're going to say 2 yards. It's only a gain of 1, rather. 4th and 9. Huge play for this Grayson County defense. Under 10 left in the 3rd quarter. Got to find a way to get off the field. This is the 9th play of the drive, starting all the way back at the Hancock 42 after Grayson just missed on recovering an onside kick. The quarterback, Dylan Morris, the junior, trots to join his team in. The Grayson County players calling for some noise. The Hancock County fans are going to give it to them.
Yeah, they've played well with it.
4th and 9. Roberts is the running back to the right. To pass is Morris. Pump fake, throwing near side to the end zone, and it is intercepted by Grayson County. Down at the 5-yard line, trying to break out of a tackle and being wrapped up on the play, and that's probably another one that Grayson County should have dropped.
Should have dropped that one.
And now Grayson's going to have the ball at the 2. Who was it that ended up picking it off? It was Jaron Van Meter. That's his 2nd interception of the game for Grayson County. And another $100, or $100 now for the game, donated by Sheriff Norman Chaffins. And really, both the interceptions for Grayson County have pretty much been punts.
Yeah, that's what that was. It was a little pooch kick, basically.
And now the Cougars going to have the ball on their own 3-yard line, which, if my memory's right, Cougars have only had it, I think, once. If my memory's right, I think they scored a touchdown. Bullet Central or more? Or?
One of the two. I think it was Bullet Central.
Now I'm old, so I very well could have just made that up. Under center goes Chaffins. It's a handoff. No, kept by Chaffins. Across that right side of the line. He carries it up to about the 10-yard line.
And
nice run there by Colby Chaffins.
That's
gives
all you
more
needed
space
to do.
for 7 yards.
Get out of the shadow of your goalpost is what I call it.
It was either Moore or Bullet Central. I'm trying to remember.
I think it was Bullet Central because there was that wild opening.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep. And I think they turned it in and had a touchdown. I wish I had that information in front of me. If I was good at my job, Kaler, I would have had that.
Well, it's okay. We have our off days.
I guess
if I was good at my job, I would have never threw a pick, but you saw how that worked out.
Brady Dame, do I
I
have to say that? Ethan's not watching.
On the good part, I mean, at least they were all pick sixes.
That is true.
Touchdown or bust.
Under center will go Chaffins.
Counter.
Handoff, Hanshaw, and he is blown up at the line of scrimmage. Might have been a loss of 1 yard on the play, back to the 9.
And that's just a really good read by the backside.
3rd down and 4 for Grayson. This is a tough call for Grayson County, too.
You've had success on that inside zone scheme and kind of letting Caden pick the hole. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to that. Or if we go to kind of a...
Trips down here to the near side. In the gun goes Chaffins with Hanshaw to his left. 10 seconds on the play clock. Chaffins has the time. Shifts Hanshaw. He's got 5 on the play clock now. Cougars got to get this off. 3, 2. He gets it off. Chaffins, 3-step drop. He lets it fly, throwing it up, and it is incomplete. Intended for Van Meter.
He had underneath. He tried to get too greedy.
And it's broken up on the play by Garrison, and Grayson County will presumably be forced to punt.
That's where Colby has to be aware of what the situation is. It's 3rd and 5.
Or even
the corner's dropped off the hitch. That's all you got to do. Take your 5 yards.
Or even hit the pump fake and then drop it down.
Yeah, I mean,
because those corners are going to bite the Van Meter because they've seen him go deep a lot if they've watched film.
I mean, I don't think Colby had his eyes on the corner because you could tell he retreated immediately.
Beasley stands about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. He does get the punt away. It's a spinning kick over to the far side of the field. Takes a Grayson County bounce to the 40-yard line. Continues to roll. Goes out of bounds at the 47. It's a 38-yard punt for Beasley. And the Hancock County offense, though, really good field position. Yeah. 7:24 left in this third quarter of play. 8-8 between Grayson County and Hancock County. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. It is an absolutely picture-perfect day here in Lewisport. I think if we walked about 100 yards that way, we'd be in Hawesville, though, technically.
Really?
So I think we're really close to the line.
Go to school in a different city than you play?
Well, their school board is just on the other side, and I think they have a Hawesville address while this is a Lewisport address. It's a little weird. 1st down and 10 for Hancock County. Misdirection handoff near side, trying to get the edge. Breaks a tackle at the 50 to the 45, down to the 40. On the run is Weatherholt. He broke the tackle in the backfield of Hanshaw and getting down to the 38-yard line.
Mudd had him in the backfield, just missed.
Tell you what, that felt like a lot more than 9 yards. It's just because it took so long to curl around the edge.
He had to kind of run back before he could run forward.
Got 4 running backs in the backfield. Morris will give it to Gillespie on the run right side. He's got the first down as he carries it across the 35 down to about the 31. That's a big gain of about 6 yards. The biggest thing with the defense today, too, is they haven't been helped out by their offense.
No.
The offense has had one good drive. And the rest have been 3 and outs and then the end of the half. Handoff left side on the run. Bouncing it down inside the 30, down to about the 26 is Gillespie.
And we just don't look like we want to try out there.
6 yards in the gain.
You got to hurry up and sub.
Braden Mudd
11 men on the field.
Yep, that's going to be a 12 men on the field as Braden Mudd couldn't get off. Mudd is slow to get off the field as well. It's going to be an automatic first down as well. Offside, yeah, I guess that works too.
I don't know why we would sub when they're no huddling.
It's down to the 21-yard line. I hope Mudd's okay. He was not putting a lot of pressure on his leg as he was limping off the field. If anything, if you're that, lay down. You're hurt.
You can do that. It's not ethical, but it's legal.
Well, if you're hurt, it's ethical.
Yeah.
And he clearly was not comfortable. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Same formation for Hancock. 1st down and 10 now after the penalty. Handoff left side, bouncing it inside the 15, down to about the 14 on the run.
They're just out physicaling us. It's no.
Weatherholt.
They're not being gadgety, not trying to hide anything. They're just running at us.
Stop us.
Yeah, and we're not.
In the gun. Handoff near side to Weatherholt. He's inside the 10. 5 touchdown Hancock County. 14-yard touchdown run by Weatherholt. And the Hornets are up 14-8. Last time Hancock County scored, Grayson County answered with a touchdown. Hopefully that same thing will happen here after this one. Things just don't look good for Grayson in this game.
Yeah.
They don't look like a team that just won 53-0.
No, not at all. And I think that may have got to him a little bit.
And let's hope it didn't.
Yeah, they needed to.
Because, for being honest, Breck, not the same opponent that Hancock County is.
No.
Go for 2, as per usual, 1 for 1 in the game. Morris under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls, throwing up, and it's caught. Weatherholt's got it, but he is short of the goal line. 14-8, Hancock County leads Grayson County. 5:33 to go in the third quarter. It's Cougar football on the Moose.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Grayson County trails 14-8, 5:33 left in this third quarter of play. It's a short pooch kick by Hancock County, taken on the bounce at the 35-yard line, trying to find space and bouncing it outside the 40, getting up near the 44-yard line on the return for Grayson County. It was Grayson Chaffins on the return.
Yeah, that's good field position.
And this is some of the best field position Grayson County's had all game long. In fact, it is the best field position Grayson County's had.
Something we've not really had. We've lost the field position battle all game.
And it's not even been close in that realm. Hancock County on top. Last time the Hornets scored, Grayson County answered with a touchdown. Hopefully the same thing can happen here. 5:28 left here in this third quarter of play. And no reason to panic. If you're Grayson, you're down 6.
Down 6.
In the I formation, Chaffins under center. Handshaw the deep back. Van Meter is the fullback. They're going to give it to Van Meter as he dives across the left side of the line. He gets up to the 49.
And
it's about a 5-yard run for the fullback, Jaron Van Meter. Officially, though, it'll only be 4 to the 48.
And either way, it's a good first down.
Yeah, second down and 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 more 3-yard runs.
You get 4 yards every single time.
They're not going to stop.
Good things will happen.
Yeah.
And this Grayson County team this year on the ground averaging 6.3 yards a carry.
It's not bad.
I mean, last week they averaged, I think, 95 yards a carry. My math might be off on that.
That's what it felt like.
If they had 95 yards to go every time, it probably would have been about 95 yards a carry. Pitch, Handshaw, far side. He hits the 50, lowers the shoulder, and he's got the first down.
It's coming back.
And is there a penalty flag on the play? See, I'm looking through they've decided not to turn the lights off in here. I know I've said this a couple of times, but because of that, I can't see out the windows because it's completely glare.
It should, if it's a spot foul, it should be about 2nd and 10.
They're going to place the ball right at the line of scrimmage. It was holding called against Grayson County.
Yeah, 2nd and 10.
And it is going to bring it back to what was the original line of scrimmage. Back to the 44.
Right on the play, holding on Grayson County.
But see, you're doing one of these things right now that you saw in the Marshall County game. You're pulling out the pistol and you're shooting yourself in the foot.
And when you're in a game like this, you can't afford to.
You're not playing
good enough to do that.
You're not playing a JV team right now.
No.
You're playing a really solid Hancock County team. Chaffins to pass, steps up, breaks through a tackle. He's got space to work if he wants. He goes up the middle, goes head first as he gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line, up to about where they had the ball last time, to the 49 on the run. That is a 7-yard pickup, 3rd down and 3. It's one of those where Colby's got to be careful going head first.
That's
those linebackers will take your head off.
You get deeper into the playoffs, those boys get a little bit bigger that are in the middle.
Especially if you would run into a Bowling Green, South Warren, Owensboro, or something like that. Or even your Fairdales and your Iroquois.
Yeah.
They have great athletes. Hancock under center on 3rd and 3. Pitch to Handshaw as he rolls out to the far side. He hits the 50, 45. He's got the first down. Move those chains, Grayson County. 4 yards in the run for the freshman, Caden Handshaw. I like this drive here.
Yes.
But it's also kind of one of these things that I'm sure Brian Jones is saying is it's 14-8 Hancock, 3.5 to play in this third quarter. Is why do we need them to score to have a good drive like this?
If we do this every time, we don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. And I'm sure the defense over there is saying,
okay, time to rest us, please.
Yes.
Give us a decent field position.
Chaffins and Carroll down here to the near side. Ball placed in the near hash. 1st down and 10. The 45-yard line. Now Carroll will trot over to the far side. It's a handoff, Hanshaw up the middle. Kind of a weird formation as the linebackers fell down, and Jake Lasley a little slow to get up after the play. And appears that he
Stinger.
a little slow, as it is a carry of about 3 yards for Hanshaw to the 42. Now, Lasley was the starter, was injured, and Weston Green shifted over to that center spot, and then Lasley came back in last week after the injury to Winston Woosley.
Yep.
I did see Winston today. He didn't have a boot or anything, so I hope that
he had the brace still, but
they hope to probably have him back in the playoffs. Trips to the left side. One wide receiver here to the near side. 2:20 left in the quarter. Chaffins rolls out to that far side on 2nd down and 7. All day to throw. Throwing it is incomplete. Intended for Chaffins.
It's a
bring up 3rd down and long.
That's a hard and risky throw.
Over the middle.
To your cross body to the middle. Yeah. I can speak from experience. There's a tendency to sail those.
Another thing to think about, too, is Colby's tall. He's
tall.
about 6'2", 6'3".
So that whenever he overthrows,
it's
going to be up. And in the middle of the field, that's where the exact opposite of where you want the ball. Outside, you're fine.
Because you're throwing it to the sideline.
Yeah.
There aren't any safeties standing on the sideline.
The only safety is the one that can only prevent you from catching it.
Whistle blown. 7 on the play clock, and does Brian Jones want a timeout?
I think it's a good one. This is a big 3rd down.
This is a big 3rd down. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up after the timeout. Now, is this one of these where you almost want to get 3 or 4? Or
I'm shooting for the 1st down, but...
Are you going through the air? Come on, Romo, predict the play.
I would suggest it's going to be a short if it is, but I'm not opposed to running. You're averaging 3 to 4 yards a carry. You've broke a couple for 10 to 12.
We'll try to see if I can't find a quick score or two while we break.
This is especially in a situation where you're not, as a defense, you're stuck in between as a defense because they can do either. So you can't play the pass or the run too hard. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by either call.
Edmondson leads 41-0 now against Breckinridge County late in the 3rd quarter. Big game happening today. I believe this is in Danville. Boyle County leads Frederick Douglass 21-7 late in the 3rd quarter. If there was a game across the state, if I wasn't here, I'd almost watch that one because that is 2 really good football. I mean, Boyle County, my goodness. 3rd down and 7 for Grayson County out of the timeout. They need to get the ball down to the 35. They're setting up a screen over to the far side. It's a tunnel screen, keeping the hand on the ground, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1.
The throw was behind him, so he had to stop running. That ball keeps him running. They have a chance.
Now, are you going to play the field position game, or are you going to go for it here on 4th and 6?
This is about where they've been getting the ball every time. So, I mean, at
Does
this
that
point,
make you want to play field position?
You need a spark.
1:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cougars going to keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 6. They got 1 yard in that completion to Grayson Chaffins. Trips down here to the near side. Rolling out as Colby Chaffins keeps the eyes up. Throwing. Caught. Mason Carroll. 1st down, Grayson County. Down inside the 30-yard line. Carroll is down after the play and injured. But what a big play by Mason Carroll as he gets it down to the 29-yard line. 12-yard pickup.
He landed right on it with another person on him.
A shoulder, I believe.
I've done that before.
Trainer Scott Ballman makes the long run from the far side to the near side of the field as Mason is right in front of the Hancock County training staff. Mason takes his helmet and kind of slings it off. And let's hope, not that you want anybody to get hurt, but, he just put his body on the line to pick up that 1st down.
Yes.
And if anything, that should tell that team, if Mason Carroll can put his body on the line and get hurt on a play, everybody should be able to do that. 1:28 left in this 3rd quarter, 14-8, 29 seconds. It does appear they're working on his right shoulder for Mason Carroll.
And that's happened to me before. I strained my AC joint. There's a possibility separated shoulder.
And Mason is smacking the turf now.
Yeah, they hurt. I can speak from experience. It hurts, but the good news is if it's not very severe, you can play with it. You just have to be careful.
And he's not a quarterback.
Yeah, you don't need that shoulder too much. As a corner, you won't need it a lot.
Mason is looking like he's going to be helped up. Well, no, he's, I guess, just sitting up right now as they continue to work on him. It will be 1st down and 10. For Carroll, that was a pickup of 12 yards on the completion
And
for Colby Chaffins.
That's what his completions have been. Finding the soft spot and then getting the 1st down after he caught it.
Mason slow to get up. Bends over, and he is to be expected in some kind of pain.
Yeah.
The Hancock County fans give him a nice ovation as he walks across the field.
And this can be...
Brian Jones is now coming over to walk with him as well. This can be something that can motivate a team.
Yeah, it can. We saw it more.
After the injury to Shane Hall, who I know I've seen in the locker room a couple of times, and he looks pretty good.
He's here tonight. I think he's out of the boot now for some of it.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Wild to think that happened.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, his bone's stronger now than it was.
1st down and 10 for Grayson after the injury to Mason Carroll. Trips to the left side. It is kept by Chaffins. He dumps it off far side, incomplete. Not a great pass intended for Jaron Van Meter. Led him too much towards the middle.
You want to put that right on the front part of his shoulder. And it's a hard throw. It is. I mean, I know everybody that's not a quarterback thinks, hey, that's 5 yards. It's not hard. That route goes backwards and then comes back forward. So as a quarterback, it's hard to throw that.
And also, he's a right-handed. You know,
going to the left, it's much easier to throw that.
Yeah, for me it would be easier because I'm a left-handed. You know, when I would throw, because
you're going across.
Exactly.
But in that situation as a righty, it's a little tougher.
2nd and 10 for Grayson County, placed on the Hancock 29-yard line. Chaffins, quarterback draw up the middle. He runs into his offensive lineman as he carries it down to the 26-yard line. 3 yards on the run for Chaffins. 3rd down and 7. Identical position to where they were last time. And they didn't get it.
I would not be surprised by a double move at some point. They've been running a lot of man pressed up.
You've got the speed.
Yeah, you have the athletes to do it.
Are you doing it on 3rd and 7 with 45 seconds and counting to play in the 3rd quarter?
I've already shown I'll go for it on 4th, yeah.
Trips to the left side. One wide receiver down here to the near side of the field. Big play for Grayson County.
Giving more of his own look here.
3rd and 7. Chaffins rolls out to the far side of the field. Eyes up, throwing. 1st down, Grayson County. Pulling it down to the 18-yard line.
That's a good read.
Grayson Chaffins on the catch. 8 points, and he says, let's move those chains. And Colby is inching closer to crossing 1,000 yards for his season. He'd be the first one since 1986. 1st down and 10. Grayson County enters the red zone. They're 1-1 today. That makes them 31 of 41 on the season in the red zone. And that started off poorly.
Yeah.
5 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to let this time click all the way down. We head to the 4th quarter. Hancock County 14, Grayson County 8. The Cougars will have it 1st down and 10 on the 18 when we come back. This is Cougar football on the Moose.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
15-8. Grayson County trails Hancock County. 12 minutes left here in this as we are at the start of the 4th quarter of play. Cougars will have it first down and 10 at the 18-yard line. It was 8 yards in the pass completion there from Chaffins to Chaffins. Here we come. Big play in this game, first down and 10 at the 18.
They've had some success rolling out and throwing and kind of opening up the eyes of Colby a little bit.
Trips to the right side of the field, one here to the near side. Chaffins keeps it himself up the middle. He dives down to about the 16. He was crunched on the play, and Colby little slow to get up, but appears that he is okay.
There was a backside blitz on that play. I don't think Colby saw it.
Colby Chaffins, 967 passing yards on the season, so he's 33 away. Grayson County in no hurry because they are a touchdown, an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. The 25th all-time matchup between these two teams. Grayson County leads the all-time series 18-6. Been some good games the last couple of them that they played though. Handoff Hanshaw. He tries to get to the 15 as well, and he's down right there. 1 yard on the run for Caden Hanshaw, and it'll bring up third down and 7. Hammock in on the tackle for Hancock County. Third down and 7. Again, this is the third straight time that Grayson County has had it 3rd and 7.
Yep, and it gets harder and harder every time.
Especially when you get closer and closer to that goal line.
Harder to throw.
The end zone is almost a defender, weirdly enough.
The back line of that end zone, yeah.
Because he's undefeated.
Yeah, he's never let anybody catch a pass on him.
Third down and 7. In the gun, Chaffins. Hanshaw to his right. Third down and 7 at the 15 of Hancock. It's setting up the blitz. It's complete to Hanshaw. He turns back inside the 10, 5, down towards the goal line. Is he in or not? He's down to the 1 yard line. 14 yards on the completion. Beautiful screen call as Hancock pretty much brought a zero blitz.
That was about perfect time to call it.
14 yards. Grayson County 1 yard away from tying the ball game up.
I don't think you could have called a better time to put in a screen pass.
This will be the 14th play of the drive. Cougar ball.
That sucks the defense like the soul out of them.
Especially when you have a chance to take the lead.
3 third downs. I think there was a 4th down in there too on
Yes.
the one Mason got hurt.
It might turn down to be the biggest play of the game.
It did. And we could go back and say that was the play.
Bunch formation and some movement on both sidelines. You're going to have to talk this over. I don't know who it's going to be on.
False start.
It is a false start, and that's real bad. Because you went from 1st and goal from the 1 now to 1st and goal from the 6. That's real tough.
It's a shot in the foot. Those are completely preventable. Holdings, they're going to happen. Pass interference will happen.
Especially when you just grab that momentum.
Yeah, you have it. But
now you're still, you got 4 plays to get 6.
Get 6 yards. That's averaging 1.5 yards.
Chaffins under center. 14-8, Grayson County trails. They'll give it to Hanshaw. He's inside the 5, dives towards the goal line, and he is down at about the 6-inch line.
You better hand it to him 3 more times.
5-yard line. 5-yard gain for Caden Hanshaw. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 1. They're pretty much exactly where they were.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, and you're giving the ball, and if they stop Caden Hanshaw 3 times, you tip your cap and you say, congratulations, you now have the ball.
You deserve that, yeah.
If it wasn't a close game, I'd say Sawyer Drake run, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to trust the ball in the hands of a lineman at this point.
He is in the backfield,
but
along with Jaron Van Meter. They look to the sideline, 5 on the play clock. Chaffins gives it Hanshaw, right side. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Grayson County. And down on the play is Weston Green after, but the Cougs have tied it up 14-14.
This PAT is huge.
Do you go for the PAT or do you kick? They are going to go for the PAT
yeah,
with Beasley.
There's no point in going for 2.
Unless you're playing the percentage game.
Yeah, but
Lane Beasley this season, 16 of 27.
And I think if you can execute the snap and the hold is where a lot of the problems have been.
Caden Hanshaw's 20th touchdown of the season. Good snap, good hold. The kick is long enough, and it is good. Grayson County leads 15-14, 8:50 to go. It's Cougar football right here on the Moose.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
(15-14), Grayson County leads Hancock County. 8:50 to go in the game. Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. It's been a great football game.
Yes.
I came in expecting a great game, and both of these teams have delivered. And now Hancock County is going to have some of their worst field position of the game, depending
on
what
the kick,
they can do here. And if you're Beasley, just kick it as far as you can. That's exactly what he does, and it's a nice booming kick that's caught back at the 13-yard line. Bobbled, picked up as he crosses the 20-yard line and dropped at the 28-yard line. Nice tackle on that far side of the field. Hancock County in this game has started at the Grayson 47, their own 39, their own 35, own 42, and the Grayson 47.
I think what that can do right there is provide a spark. You have a big hit on special teams, give it to them at their own 20-something.
28 officially.
So, I mean,
their worst field position of the game with 8:44 to go.
Make them go all the way down the field. This is the first time they've really had to do that.
The Cougar fans are coming to life down here on the near side. First down and 10. Man shifts in motion. Handoff near side, blockers in front of Weatherhill. He tries to get the edge.
Nice
Big
play.
hit by Caden Hanshaw. Coming downhill to make the tackle after a pickup of 1 yard. What a hit laid down by the freshman Hanshaw. Because if he didn't, there was a whole lot of green to work with.
And that was a great job by Jaron and the end on this
They're
side.
going to say no gain.
Stringing that play out.
And hits like that
are sparks.
Can bring even more of the momentum back. Handoff up the middle on the run and running over a defender, but the defender in the process is able to bring him down on the play up to the 32-yard line. About a 4-yard run. And a little slow to get up after the play is Matthew Phillips.
This has been a violent game up front. So, I mean,
you better believe, though. I know Matthew Phillips, Weston Green, you ain't taking them off the field.
No, I saw Sawyer tell somebody to go back off.
Handoff again for Hancock up the middle and dropped at the 36-yard line on 3rd down and 6. So this is going to bring up 4th down and 4.
And this is...
Or 4th and 3, rather, or 2. 4th down and 2 for Hancock County. This would be a huge play if this defense can get a stop because you can go for a potential kill shot. In the gun, a running back on each side. 4th down and 2 for Hancock County. Cougars showing blitz as Mudd from the linebacker position shows it up the middle. 7:15 and counting. Grayson County up by 1 in this game. And timeout taken by Hancock County. And honestly, I like that timeout.
Yep. This is the play of the game right at the moment.
A couple of stat updates here. Colby Chafin's 981 passing yards now for his season. Caden Hanshaw today has 75 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. That's 20 touchdowns this season for the freshman, Caden Hanshaw. And, I mean, he's had just an incredible season. I know I'll be very interested coming up here in about a month. They release the District Coach of the Year and Player of the Year. And if it's not Brian Jones, the Coach of the Year, then fake news. And if it's not, I mean, you could say Caden Hanshaw. I think Colby Chafin's has made it for District Player of the Year. Kaylor, you've made a call for it for being Color Analyst of the Year.
I have.
I think you're the only one.
What was that?
You're the color analyst district, color analyst of the year. I think you're the only one in our district.
I had no clue.
So, your position right now.
Oh.
You're the only one, so therefore you are the color analyst of the year. I actually lost, even though there's not another play-by-play guy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Big play here. 4th down and 2 out of the timeout for Hancock County. They're going to run it up the middle, running onto his own man, but he's got enough for the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line up to the 44. 9 yards on the 4th down run for Hancock County. 7:08 to go in the game. Hornets going hurry-up offense, sticking with this power run. Up the middle, run, and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Van Meter in there on the tackle, along with Drake for Grayson. We're going to say gain of 1 up to the 46-yard line. 6:45 and counting to go. Grayson County on top, 15-14. The last time these two teams played in Litchfield was in 2018. 14-6 was that game. Grayson County won. Derek Ruth had about a 65-yard touchdown to win the game.
I was a freshman.
Ironically enough, that was my first game.
Really?
As doing Grayson County play-by-play. Went back and listened to that a couple of months ago. Woo! My goodness, it was bad. 2nd and 9. 3 running backs in. They shift Weatherhold around. They're going to give it coming. No, it's kept by Morris over the far side. Complete.
Nice play.
Nice tackle made. Back to the original line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 yard. They found that to Gillespie over that far side.
And that's Grayson coming all the way up from his safety spot to go with that.
3rd down and 10 will come up for Hancock County. 5:50 to go in the game. 3rd down and 10. Hancock gets the play call. Be interested to see what they do here.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. You're obviously in 4-down territory, unless you lose a ton.
Yeah, I mean, even then, it's going to be at least 10 that I think you have to lose.
Cougar fans calling.
They're about to run out of clock.
And it is. Timeout going to be taken by Hancock County. We're going to take the timeout with them. 5:21 to go. 15-14. Cougs on top. It's Cougar football on the Moose.
Governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors this storm. Move to the following counties therefore should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at Owensboro
Trey,
Health.
come back, Trey. Here comes the play, 3rd down and 10 for Hancock County. Faking the handoff, it's a pass far side. We have a penalty flag that comes in. It's a pickup of about 4, but we'll have to see what this penalty is. It was thrown by the side judge over on the Grayson County
Could have been
sideline.
a legal formation.
Something. It was a pickup of about 4 yards. It's a false start called against Hancock. Or an illegal formation.
Yeah, I think that's what I say. If they play, it's an illegal formation.
That's going to move the ball back. I don't know. Okay, you should move it back from the original. Okay, it should be back to the 40. That's not a spot foul.
He's declining it.
Declining it.
Because I don't.
It's a 2-yard pickup.
So that's
to the 47.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. 4th and 8 or 3rd and 15. No. I like that. 4th down and 8. 5:16. The clock has stopped. 15-14. Grayson County on top. Hancock County has it. 4th down and 8. Now they're going to wind the clock. Trips down here to the near side of the field for the Hornets. Faking the handoff. Looking to pass. Pump fake. Lets it fly wide open. Garrison can't make the catch. It drops in front of him. Grayson County gets the ball. Turnover on downs with 5:07 to go.
That's lucky. It was open.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky, Kaylor.
Well, it's been one of those games.
Cougars will have it. And this is where you go to those big boys up front and you say, win us the game.
This is where the running in summer is paying off.
You hate it at that point.
Now you love it. This is over. Whenever Hancock and us play, this is typically when the game is won, fourth quarter.
In the trenches.
And over the last few years, we've been able to do that.
First down and 10. Grayson County has it placed in the Hancock County 47-yard line. Last drive started almost in an identical spot and ended up in points. Run up the middle. Hanshaw dropped after a pickup of 1 yard to the 46-yard line.
And what's really important is how you have to manage the clock, because they only have
one timeout. And you better snap that ball with
1 second. Actually, I'd say 2, just to make
play
sure.
Safe, yeah. Maybe even 3.
Maybe even 0. They get away with it in the NFL.
They do.
Too much.
Second and, actually, going to say no gain. I thought he got 1. Second and 10.
I think 2 first downs can end it.
Or a home run touchdown, too. That'd feel pretty good, too.
Well, I mean,
that gives them the ball back, though, and allows them a chance to tie. In a weird way, a touchdown's not necessarily the best thing. Hanshaw up the middle. He dives forward. He's hit and dropped down at the 46. Now he'll get 1 yard. Now it's third down and 9 for Grayson.
And I think you have the field position on your side now. You can punt this, make it very, very difficult.
Or pick up the first down.
If you pick up the first down here, I mean,
sounds
matter.
Pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Third down and 8.
But I would.
Are you putting the ball in the air?
No.
Not even a screen?
If I do, it's a screen. That's it.
That Grayson Chafin screen over on the far side has worked a lot this season. Not tonight.
We're not in the formation for it, so.
Chafin's in the gun. He is going to pass. Rolling out to the far side. Steps up in the pocket, and he's wrapped up. Ball comes out, and Hancock County has it. Chafin's fumbles, and the Hornets have the football back at the 38-yard line. Now that, not what you want.
No, just take the sack.
The Hornets are going to have it back at the 39-yard line. 3:31 to go in the game. This defense has been outstanding all season long. Do they have one more stop left in them? In the gun, Morris throws far side, complete at the 45-yard line, breaking back towards the middle and being dropped down at about the 48 on the play, near the first down marker, and it will. Is it going to be enough to move the chains or not?
No.
Second down and 1. The official on the near side said to stop the clock, but they are moving the chains, so the clock should have stopped.
Well, I'm not going to complain.
But they've already placed the ball, so it doesn't particularly matter. First down and 10 at the 49-yard line. Run up the middle, bouncing it outside to the 45, down to the 40, continuing to move as he crosses down to the 35-yard line, down to the 34. 17 yards on the run for Hancock County. Under 3 minutes to go in the game. 15-14, Grayson County on top by 1, but in a dangerous position right now. First and 10. Cougars in almost a prevent defense up the middle to the 30 and being dropped down near the 25-yard line. Hancock just punishing the Cougars up the middle.
I think you're about at a time where you need to call a timeout and settle.
To the 25-yard line, it's second down and 1. Grayson County does have 2 timeouts remaining. They're up by 1 in this game. 2.5 to go. Second and 1. Morris to pass, throws, and it is incomplete. Bounces and stops the clock, intended on the play for Braden Morris. Third down and 1, and that's almost a spike, like a long spike to stop the clock. 2:24 to go. I know I got an email on the break, Kaylor, that said Mr. Spirit is home watching and is on pins and needles, just like anyone in the building. We'll give a shout out to Mr. Spirit. I know he wanted to be here today, but he's locked in and watching. Happy late birthday as well. Third down and 1. Placed in the 25-yard line. You better believe a run is coming. They fake the run. Morris dumps it off far side. Dropped. Incomplete. It would have been enough for the first down. He tried to run without the football. Intended for Jack Roberts. And it all comes down to this potentially. Fourth down and 1. Because you make a stop here, you pretty much win the game.
Yes.
Because Hancock would get the ball back. I'd have to do some math with very little time left. They do have one timeout. You got about 15 seconds on the play clock. 4th down and 1. You better believe this ball's probably going up the middle on the run. At least that's what I would do.
Or a hard play fake, one of the two.
They go in the gun. Trips down here to the near side. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It is a run up the middle. 1st down to Hancock County. As he crosses down to the 23-yard line, 2 yards on the gain. 2:16 to go in the game. 15-14, Grayson County up by 1 point. Hancock County on the outer edge of the red zone, though. Will Vincent hurries off the field on the far side. He does just get off. Handoff again, hit at the line of scrimmage, breaking through and diving forward. One of his teammates pulled him as he gets down to the 21-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain.
Pulling's illegal.
2nd down and 8, under 2 minutes to go. The defense has not been in a situation like this all season.
No, because all the pressure's on you, but you have to remember you do
all
have
the pressure is on Hancock as well. You're up by 1. You are winning this game.
Yeah.
2nd and 8 for Hancock on the outer edge of the red zone. Handoff left side, Weatherall. He's inside the 15, breaks the tackle, comes back inside the 10, and he's down to the 5, and a penalty flag comes in. It's going to stop the play with 1:34 to go, and this one should be coming back. Holding called against Hancock County.
Yeah, and I saw that one. I've not seen any of the other ones, but that one, yeah.
You're not saying that they didn't happen. You just haven't seen it, right?
They probably did happen. I'm just saying I saw that one for sure.
It'll be a spot foul. It's going to move the ball back to the 26-yard line. So it turns out to be a 5-yard penalty. But if you count in the run,
yards,
then it's about a 25-yard penalty.
So I mean that's huge.
1:33 and counting to go in the game. The clock is moving. Grayson County up 15-14 against Hancock County. Cougars trying to win 9 games in the regular season for only the 2nd time in the last 40 years.
Nice play.
Up the middle run, broken down after a short pickup.
And I would almost call your timeout here if I'm Hancock.
And they will. Timeout, Hancock County. 1:16 to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 10. I'll tell you what a ball game.
Yeah.
What a ball game. 15-14. It's one of these games where you wish that both teams could almost win. You know, like it's.
I really don't.
What, did you have a team you wanted to win tonight?
Yeah.
Really?
It's almost like I played for them.
Interesting. I didn't know you did.
No. Most people don't.
Sam Gormley and Kaylor Decker back here with you. Reminder, next week, Grayson County will host Iroquois in the playoffs. 6:30 Central Time. We'll be here with you. It'll be back on K105, the radio station. We'll stream throughout the playoffs, so on K105 Digital Production. So you'll be able to watch on YouTube as well. 3rd down and 10. But also, let's come out and make that game against Iroquois the biggest home crowd in Cougar football history. 3rd and 10. The fans come to life. 1:16 to go. Ball placed on the 23-yard line. Hancock needs to get it down to the 13. All alone. Man comes to join. It's a handoff on the sweep. Trying to get the edge. Crossing down into the side of the 20. Ethan Mudd comes down to bring him down at the 20. Hancock County's got to snap it as it's a 3-yard pickup. 4th down and 7.
You can't spark it either.
They can't. Well, they can.
They can. I hope they do.
But it's a 4-yard pickup down to the 19-yard line. 4th down and 6. The game comes down to this play. 4th and 6 for Hancock County. 50 seconds and counting. Grayson County up by 1. Morris to pass, steps up in the pocket, breaks away from one man, throws over the middle, pass complete.
Ball.
At the 10-yard line, ball comes out. Grayson County's got it. Incomplete, it doesn't matter.
Either way.
The Cougars have the football, and Grayson County's going to win the football game. The defense comes up with a stop in the moment you needed it. And slow to get up after the play
I think
is
that
Matthew
was
Phillips, who I think laid the hit.
Either him or Jaron.
And Grayson County comes up with a stop with 37 seconds left. It is a turnover on downs.
Yep.
Grayson County now is 1 knee away from winning the football game. And they're going to drop a knee, just one of them down. There it is. For only the 5th time in program history, the Grayson County Cougars have won 9 games in a season. They're going to go home and host only their 6th playoff game of the year. Also, Grayson County now has their longest win streak in the history of the program. They have won 8 straight games, a 9-1 season, winning this game tonight by a final score of 15-14. Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only word I have to describe this game, because on both sides, what a football game. Triple zeros on the clock, daggers out, Grayson County wins 15-14. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. It's Cougar football on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County. The Cougars have come to celebrate in front of their team. I'm not sure that we have a camera that picks it up, but Grayson County wins this game tonight by a final score of 15-14. We'll come back. Fifth quarter show is next on K105.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. a brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs." Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars win tonight by a final score of 15-14. They stopped the Hornets with 37 seconds left in the red zone to pick up the win. Kayla, that I know I always think, at least in this realm, of the best games I've seen Grayson County football-wise since I've been here. This is now year 6.
Mm-hmm.
This one's up there.
Yeah.
I'm just talking, and I'm not talking about the play on the field. I'm just talking about pure. I know I don't pay to get here, but did I have a good time? Have fun? Like, this is up there.
I think this was also two really good teams playing, and that helps. This wasn't where two equally matched teams are below average. These are two teams that have chances. If Hancock was in a little less tough district, they'd win it.
Yeah, without question. And the wild thing is they're the 3 seed.
Yeah, and that just proves how good that district is. But, I mean, hats off to both teams. Because, I mean, I don't think there was an ounce of effort left on that field after that.
You could tell, looking at guys like Sawyer Drake, guys like Matthew Phillips, who play every single play.
Yeah.
And they were dead. I think there was one play, Matthew was just laying there on the ground. And it was probably one of those, I just need 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Just give me 2. It's like when you in the morning, I'm sure he's told his mom before, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. That's pretty much what he told me.
Well, the day after a game, it does feel like that, I can guarantee you. But
it'll probably be more like 15 more minutes tomorrow after the way that they played.
And I don't get hit that much.
No. Coach Jones, I see, is he still down there or is he poked away?
He's
on
right
his way
there.
Up here?
He's coming.
Is he? I guess he has to find his way up. I don't see him down there at all. Oh, there he is. I see him. He's walking across, so he's going to have to make his way in. We do want to mention one score that has at least some interest. E-Town defeated Seneca 31-22. That will drop their RPI a little bit. And again, that RPI only matters to see who's going to get the 3 in the Grayson County District. I've not seen a North Bullitt score, and I've not seen a Moore score come through. That would only technically matter in the second round of the playoffs because Grayson County knows that they're going to play Iroquois in 1 week.
And that's the test now.
I do want to mention our good friend Colby. Colby Chafin's our good friend too, but Roger Lush, his unofficial stats from this game: Caden Hanshaw 17 carries, 77 yards. Colby 5 of 9 passing for 42 yards. He carried 10 times for 39. Caden 2 catches for 21 yards. Chafin's 2 catches for 9 yards. Mason Carroll only 1 catch, but maybe the biggest catch of the game. 1 catch for 12 yards. Colby Chafin's is now at 981 yards for the season, so he'll go into Iroquois 19 yards away from 1,000 for the season. Caden Hanshaw sitting at number 7 in the single-season leader with 1,192 yards on the year. We'll take a break. Talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, after this. This is Cougar Football on K105 Digital Productions and on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran, and disability employer.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars defeat the Hornets of Hancock County by a final score of 15-14. Sam and Kayla are now joined by head coach Brian Jones and coach. Kayla and I were talking that I said, this is my 6th year here. And as far as just good football games, as far as entertainment for the fans, this one's up there. And, your defense has come up big all season long, and they came up big here again tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I told them here at the end. I said, second time all season we've given up more than a touchdown, and they made the plays when they really mattered. Late before halftime, they're deep in the territory. Kitten Cornwell, interception. Third quarter, they're driving, get deep in their territory. Jaron Van Meter, interception. Fourth quarter, they're driving to win the ball game. They need a first down, and I believe he was probably right there at the sticks. Jaron Van Meter, huge hit, breaks a pass, game over. So, and that last one, probably saved Colby Chafin's a lot of tears and stomach aches and every sleepless nights because, we get the ball back with 3.5 minutes or so, and you'd like to see us just be able to pick up a couple of first downs and run out the clock. And, they're a physical team. They're huge up front. Backs are big. They get a lot of big people out in front of the runner, and they're tough to defend. And I think that's probably been our Achilles heel a little bit on the defensive side, is somebody that's big and strong and just decides to line up and run at us. And but bend don't break, and offense did just enough to squeak it out and get the win. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And here we are, 9-1.
Kayla and I were talking that he said, and we both kind of agreed, that at the half, in a way, it was 8-8. You didn't want to be 8-8, but probably part of you had to be a little happy with it being a close game, falling behind early, because, listen, in the playoffs, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to fall behind. You wanted to see your team has trailed in one game all season long.
Yep.
And that was the one loss.
Yeah.
And they responded each time that Hancock County scored with touchdowns.
Yeah. No, I think we have handled various situations, adversity, masterfully this year. I don't think I've ever been a part of a team that has handled adversity as well as this group has, whether it be an injury and somebody's got to fill a spot, be behind here tonight, illnesses and missing a practice, or what, just various things throughout this season. I think this group of kids has really handled adversity well. And I said it on air a few times, and supposedly Deion Sanders said it, that champions handle adversity, and we are champions, and hopefully we take these next set of opportunities 1 week at a time. That's what I told them. I said, we're in 1 week seasons now. We got a 1-week season next week for an opportunity to get another 1-week season. And so, you know, I couldn't be more proud of this group. I know it was entertaining, probably not our best football, you know, from a coach's perspective, but at the end of the day, you know, we got to win, and I couldn't be more excited about that. And, you know, the achievements that these guys just keep racking up in Grayson County football history, I guess you would say, you know, they just keep stacking them up.
I know Travis Johnston always says in games, boys basketball coach, his always go-to line is players make plays.
Yeah.
And I know that that's something that every coach says, but I know that's one that he continuously says during his post-game talks. And I think one of the players make plays of this game was Mason Carroll.
Yeah.
He has, it's 4th down and 7 something, and he comes away with a big catch, gets hurts his shoulder, I believe was what the injury was on that play. He put his body on the line because without that play, you don't win this football game.
Absolutely not. I mean, you could probably say that's the biggest play of the night for us.
Without question.
You know, is picking up that 4th down a touchdown, and, you know, he catches it short of the sticks, catches it, gets some yards after the catch. You know, we talked about early in the season, what are you willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the group? And, you know, that to me is just an example of some of the sacrifices these kids make, you know, and that's just one that's visible. You know, there's things that these kids have to go through being here in June and July and August when it's hotter than blue blazes, and, you know, getting in shape, working in the weight room, you know, just all the time and effort and energy that they've put into it. This is so well deserved for them. And that's just a visible example of sacrificing for the team, you know, because he could have stepped out of bounds, but he wasn't sure. I guarantee you that he had the first down, so he was going to fight for every absolute inch to make sure we got that first down. And, you know,
that's contagious.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, a lot of us, when we're really clicking, we work off contagious energy. And, you know, we'll hopefully be able to reevaluate him and things over the weekend and first part of next week. And, you know, he's been a instrumental part of our pass defense in the back end. And so hopefully, you know, that we'll be able to get him back going, maybe even if it's just on one side of the ball, because he's a big piece of the puzzle. And that was just an example of it right there. And, you know, there was a lot of guys that made plays tonight when they needed to be played. And like you said, players make plays. And we got a lot of great players.
To me, the biggest thing about this, and then we can get to a question for you, Kaylor, is that Mason Carroll play, though. You've got some good young freshman wide receivers. A guy like Chet Hawkins. He can see a play like that and be like, oh, sometimes 12-yard gains mean more than a 40-yard touchdown like he had last week.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's situational. You know, and in that situation, you know, he did what we needed to do. He stuck to his route. You know, in years past, you know, we've had receivers that get over there and they're like, oh, well, you know, I'm not open or I'm not getting the ball. Maybe I'll just drift a little deeper. He stayed where he was supposed to stay. Ball came to him. Boom, he makes a play. And, you know, being disciplined to the play is very instrumental on the offense side of the ball, but it's instrumental on the defense side of the ball, doing your job, you know, staying in your area and various things like that. So, you know, I'm super proud. I mean, I just can't say it enough of how proud I am of this group and, you know, the coaching staff and the time and the effort that they've put in, you know, the preparation, the ability to just in game. You know, we had some checks early in the game that as things went along, Coach Embry didn't like and, you know, made some halftime adjustments that, you know, ultimately may have picked up the W for us.
Taylor?
The regular season's over.
Yep.
So as far as that goes, you can wipe that slate. You were 9-1, probably. I think that's tied for one of the best seasons to ever occur here. Next week, you're wiping everything clean. Every week is now a 0-0 season that's only 1 week long. I think Terry Crews said it. What's the key to kind of keeping everybody happy, but yet they're dissatisfied?
You know, I think that's kind of the way we've lived all season. You know, I think there could have been multiple times throughout this year where this group could have said, hey, you know, we're we got 6 wins, and that's 2 more than we had last year. And boy, we feel great about it, and we've insured ourselves into the playoffs, and yay, we've done it. And they stayed hungry for a district championship, and then we secure that, and easily could have been a letdown against a Breck. Let's coast into the playoffs, and now the playoffs are what really matter. Boom, we go over there and shut them out and throw 53 on the board and almost 600 yards offense. Again, here could have easily done the same thing. Hey, next week's what matters. And but I think they really like some of these achievements that are ultimately 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now is going to make this group legendary in Grayson County football history. And I think that's what they're chasing. I think they want to be up there with that 82 team. I really think that they've got that mindset that, hey, we're not done yet. And we've got more to do, more to achieve, more to accomplish, more records to break, set, whatever you want to say. I think that's what they're living on. I think they really have been overly thrilled and overjoyed by the attention, I guess you could say. I mean, what teenage kid doesn't want attention? The crowd tonight, we traveled tremendously. They're here just going nuts after the game. I've heard some talks about some stuff for next week. And I think they see that and they're like, wow. I think I told them early in the season, I said, listen, we got the kind of community that if we do the things that we're capable of doing, you'll go into Walmart with a Grayson County Cougar shirt on that says football across from it, and people are going to stop you. And people are going to say, hey, you're having a great year. Keep it up. We love watching you. I said, it's like what you see in movies and TVs. That's our community support we have going for us. And they get it in school from their teachers and administration, peers. The student section was here. I'm walking up through the crowd, and there's half a dozen students. Great game, coach. I've never seen them before. But, they go to Grayson County, and they're proud of our boys, our team, and our kids are loving every minute of it. And I think every kid across America in high school sports, really, really likes that pat on the back, and they've deserved every pat they get. And, I just hope next week it's standing room only in Litchfield because we got an opportunity for double-digit wins. We got an opportunity to get to the second round. I mean, there's some big things going, and I just hope we just absolutely flood that stadium with, support, and I hope it's loud because these kids deserve every bit of it, for what they have achieved so far and what they still have in front of them. Because I can assure you that when that crowd is rocking, our energy goes up, our execution goes up, our play goes up, and, you just see our absolute best when it's electric in the stadium.
Coach, congrats on the big win. We hope there'll be a big old crowd next week, and we'll see you then.
Thanks so much.
That's head coach Brian Jones. We'll come back more after this on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-833-8-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
We'll get into it. Here we come.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hancock County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars have defeated the Hornets tonight by a final score of 15-14 in one of the best games of the season. As far as just you watching at home, I'm seeing all the comments. I'm sure everyone just absolutely has enjoyed every second of this. I know I did. I'm sure you did, Kaylor. Yeah. I'm sure even our director, Trey Cook, had the time of his life over there. I can look. He's nodding his head. Sheriff Norman Chafin's Offensive Player of the Game. Mr. Decker, who is it?
I'm going to go with Sawyer Drake.
Sawyer Drake.
Been our best lineman all year, no doubt about that. I saw at one point he had a little limp, and they sent somebody on the field to go get him, motioned him off. Said, no, I'm playing. I don't care that we have a game to play next week. I'm finishing this one. And that says something. That your anchor on the offensive line, when he does that, that gets a lot of people fired up.
I just said players make plays. That's a player making a play.
I mean, and he won't get the credit for it, but you will hear some of the pulling and wrap blocks that he has when he kicks out an end. And he doesn't get his name in the paper or anything, but he has been one of the biggest parts to our success.
I guess he needs to score some more points to get his name in the paper, right?
Well, I mean, if we hand the ball off to him.
Well, that was more if he grandstanded a little bit more, maybe he'd. Running down the scoring from this game, Hancock County struck first. They led 8-0 on a 1-yard touchdown run by Dylan Morris with 9:55 left in the first half of play. Grayson County answered quick, 19-yard run by Caden Hanshaw with 5:51 left. 8-8 at the end of the first half. It was a 14-yard run by Weatherholt with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. 2-point conversion, no good. Hancock up 14-8. And then Grayson County with a little under 9 minutes left. A 1-yard touchdown run by Caden Hanshaw. The extra point by Lane Beasley was good. 15-14. Hancock County gets the ball back, drives down, and with 37 seconds left, the pass was incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Grayson County got the football back. What a football game here tonight. Remember, next week, Iroquois at home, 6:30. Like Coach Jones said, you heard him. Biggest crowd. Let's blow it out. Come out. If you're close, it's $5 to get in. I know that stay tuned in. I think they're going to have some tailgating as well that you'll be able to come out and enjoy.
Well, I might have to miss the pregame show for that.
Well, it starts early from what I've heard. Or maybe we can they can deliver to us. Maybe we can work something out.
Well, if it starts early, I ain't got anything to do on Friday. So
there we go. So it works out perfect. So make sure you come out regardless, even if you don't tailgate. Come out and enjoy. This team deserves your support in person, and if not, we'll be here to bring you the coverage as well. Kaylor, it's been fun as always.
Mm-hmm.
That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Your director was Trey Cook, and your camera operator was Abby Howlett. So tonight, where Grayson County picks up a 15-14 win against Hancock County. For Kaylor Decker, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.